Wake up and deliver some packages, huh? Huh? Oh, I got you, Tally. I got you.
Okay.
I've never heard it called dalliance. Oh, man. You know what? If there's ever a way to get arrested, that one, you know, why not? Putt Dog, good to see you. I know, the dude does deserve it, right? Like, this guy... Sam does a lot for people. Least we can do is give him a little siesta now and then. These medical instruments are, like, destroyed. Not great. Norman Sleepus. Nice shades. Yeah, you like my shades? I like my shades too. That's what it's all about. I need to use the... Oh, I don't even have the repair spray anymore. Ooh, okay. So I need to get the medical supplies, I think, up here. Confidential documents, precision medical instruments. Yeah, so I have to get those up there. I don't think I have anything to deliver to that West Bay. And I'm pretty sure I picked up all the cargo I needed to pick up here. Is there a limit on how much Monster Energy you can drink? Not that I've seen so far. Oh, baby. Let's go. This order involves a lot of cargo. Completing it on foot may prove difficult. Oh, let's go. I got this. Did they at least let you finish, Tally? Let's go 4. Six cans makes your heart explode. Oh, God. I can't even imagine pounding 6 monsters. It'd be insane. Right. Hang on, officer. Oh, Jesus. No way. Oh, this is going to be insane. There's no way I can carry this much. Okay, all right. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, God. Who said we didn't? All right. No, you know what? That's why. Hey, I'm just saying, Tally. That's awesome. I'm glad. That's a hell of a memory. Get blood grenades in case you get that thing again. I was a knucklehead about the way that I did that when I did that last time, because I mostly was just like trying to haul ass so I could go to bed. Performance enhancing beverages. All right. I'm guessing that means backpack full of monster. Container repair spray. Go ahead and hang that. I'm going to use this pretty much immediately, so. One of their main ingredients is a laxative. Oh, God. Hi, camera. Or can I call you Dennis? Which one do you prefer? Hello. By the way, hello, anybody who's been piling in while I've been trying to get my cargo in order here. I'm trying to make sure that I am all set up so that I can chat it up while we hang on tool. So how do I use the... Oh, wait a minute. I got to do this. Container repair spray. Wait, use container, point backwards. Do I just spray myself with this? Wait, really? Ah, all right. Okay. I'm trying to see if you have a gear list, like what gear you're using. Like your mic, for example. I actually do not have a gear list. I really ought to... oh, actually, wait a minute. I have a gear list on my...
Feels good.
Website, actually. Let me pull that up for you. have it here somewhere. Right? It's not very updated. Camera, I'm using a Blue Ember mic into a Go XLR, which is then going into a Stream PC, which I have. So I have a dual PC set up. You can ask me anything specific you want, and I'll be happy to tell you. All right. All right, Tally. Good to have you here. I'm going to go back to playing Pokemon. Well, enjoy, Barry. What's up, Zine? My camera is a Panasonic Lumix GX85. That's what I use. So that I'm nice and crystal clear for all of you. It outputs at 4K, but I do it at 1080. Dude, I love it, Zine. I think it's an amazing camera. Where are these going? Okay, those are going distribution center west of Capital Knot City. These are going... Oh. Adrenaline boosting beverages, power supply inspection tools, resins. Okay, the metals are going there, and the metals are going there. Precious artwork slot. All right, I guess we're gonna go back and forth. All right, we're going trip 1. Here we go, y'all. Have you considered unfocusing so you can scare away fewer new visitors?
See you soon, I hope.
Your ISO is too high, which is why you have so much noise. That's what I was curious about. I know. So here's the problem is like my ISO, I have to adjust it. I am not great at using this camera, Zine, which is a pain in my ass. What's up, Playful? I have not been able to figure out how to use this camera effectively. So I'm doing my best. How can I differentiate between being burnt out with school versus being stressed by school? I heard dreading a task can be part of it. It can. Burnout usually comes with fatigue. It's hard to tell, Playful. I mean, I guess I'd be curious what the difference would make for you. Hello, anybody who's popped in and didn't run away because I was too focused. I'm not a photographer, so it's been slow. Yeah, that's the exact problem I've been having, Zine. I've never used a camera before in my life. Man, you almost got me with your mic, man. I thought your share hard to see where the mic membrane is pointing. Yeah, it's this way, and then I have this pop filter, obviously. Game volume's a bit high. All right, game volume, killing that a little bit. Would be me versus being lazy. Well, I think regardless, Playful, what you're talking about is being stressed out. And so I think whether a person's burnt out or stressed, it's probably calling for some level of self-care. So there is that. Yes, Zine, I would love that because I have been fighting with this camera forever and I have not been able to find any good tutorials online. So I'm down. Okay. Don't have time for self-care? You got to schedule it. Self-care is the thing that if you don't schedule, tends to fall by the wayside. Isn't burnout just a type of stress? I see it more as being like a culmination of stress. It's one of those things where it's like it can be really difficult because if we don't take a second to do a little bit of self-care, it can actually really significantly affect the quality of our work in an adverse way. Wait a minute, what is going on here? Is this thing still lurking around? I also like the Rode NT1A. I'm not familiar with that mic. I'm not really good with mics, Dennis. I mostly just kind of looked around and I saw that the Blue Ember had pretty good reviews and I liked the way it sounded when I saw certain streamers who were using it. Plus it was affordable and in my price range, so. Oh boy. Just keep walking. We're gonna stay calm here. Cletus is not happy. Can't say I blame him. Got BTs up in these parts. By the way, those of you popping in right now, feel free to tell me how you're doing. I'd love to hear it. Oh, God. Woo. The tech stuff with streaming has never been my forte. Like, I've been shooting from the hip with this stuff ever since I started. I can't tell if the BTs can actually see me or not, or if they have to feel me. It is, Zine. And honestly, my audio was the worst part until I got the Go XLR. Once the Go XLR, which was, I mean, I was able to get courtesy of the people who watch me, who were generous enough to tip to make that affordable for me. That changed everything with audio. I feel much better about my audio setup now. Now it's just like kind of fine tuning the camera, and the mics feel pretty good. Yeah, Go XLR is what I use, and I absolutely love it. I endorse the shit out of that. I wasn't prepared for... Yeah, no kidding. I never imagined that audio was as difficult to manage as it is. I had no idea. Like, I thought you just plug your shit in and go. And then trying to figure out how to make sure that I'm monitored correctly, that I'm casting out the audio the way that I want it to be heard. Oh, my God. So it's an absolute bitch. So I admire people who like it really made me admire a lot of like streamers a lot more who like have really solid setups and don't really ever seem to struggle with that stuff, because I know how hard it is behind the scenes. You need an engineer friend. It's true. I do not have one of those. Oh. God damn it. Let's go back down and climb the ladder. That's better. My coworkers and I were having this debate, slow day at work, and we were all in therapy on antidepressants, so we tend to talk about mental health. Something that people do without realizing they're doing. I bite my lip when I'm stressed. My coworker bites her nails when they bleed. Considered a form of self-harm. Because typically I would think that self-harm is something you do on purpose, not something you do realize you're not doing. That's kind of up for debate, K-Girl, because you could make the argument that that is an act of self-harm, but that it's not intentional. But it is still, I would say that, like, if you're still harming yourself, I mean, you suppose you could call it, like, passive self-harm. If that makes sense. But I think a lot of us have certain nervous tics, nervous things that we do. I bite my nails and pick my fingers. I know that's a common one. Biting a lip is another common one. I also chew the inside of my mouth. But whether it's called self-harm, I think would also depend on, like, just how much harm that's actually causing, if that makes sense. But yeah, kind of like passive self-harm. Usually when we talk about self-harm in the form of like something that's destructive, we're talking about something that a person's doing on purpose, but is watching 12 hours of impeachment hearings in one day a form of self-harm? You tell me, Lemon. I think it can be. If it's causing you emotional harm to watch. I get bad bruxism when my stress levels rise, but I wouldn't call it self-harm as much as physical manifestation of stress. Yeah, I got TMJ for a long time, Zine. When I was in grad school, I used to the point where I had to take muscle relaxers one time, and then I was strapped to a couch for 6 hours because I couldn't move. It was awful. But yeah, teeth grinding is another one. But again, normally, like as a therapist, I'm looking at self-harm as something that a person's doing more on purpose. But if a person does have an automatic response that is causing some kind of harm, or like if your fingers are getting infected and stuff, I mean, we'd be looking at that. Certainly. I bit my lip and gave myself a pretty bad sore that has lasted over a week, but I didn't do it on purpose to release any endorphins. Right, so like you're talking about it being more of a response as opposed to like I don't want to call it a habit, K-Girl, but it's like a biological response as opposed to something that you're doing either proactively or for the express purpose of trying to like release something. But yeah, jaw clenching is something I do. Straining my eyes. You know, our body has all sorts of different ways of telling us we're stressed out. That's why a lot of therapists focus on body work because they want people to make sure that they're in tune with what's going on in their body, because you can learn a lot about yourself by paying attention to what's going on for you. Spray myself down here. I've been self-harm sober for 9 months. Well, cheers to that. That's a big deal, Wolfer. Z, do you notice a pattern when you do your teeth clenching? Like I said, one of the things is like when people notice these things, if you can find a pattern, that's usually really good information for you too. To be able to connect certain behaviors to certain emotional states. Actually, Sam, I've heard of that as well, and that can actually be a destructive use of BDSM.
There we go.
It can help, but it can also be destructive if not done safely. Oh, which you just said. But yeah, there's all sorts of things people do to cope with their stress. All sorts of things. I mean, it can certainly, I mean, and then you can mix it with a sexual component, and I mean, that gets all complicated and complex, but BDSM is also about trust. There has to be trust. Oh yeah, trust, consent. BDSM is deeply consensual. Honestly, I think non-BDSM relationships have a lot to learn from BDSM relationships, given how explicit consent is, how people talk about, how people talk about it, how people adhere to it. Like that's the way to do it. You don't have to be doing like intense kink stuff in order to be explicit about your sexual desires and boundaries and desires. I sleep to cope with stress. Then I don't get anything done. That's a common one. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's how I notice when I'm like rubbing my eyes a lot. Honestly, for me, though, the emotional state where I know that I'm too stressed out is apathy, which means like basically you don't give a shit. I have this tendency when I get overly stressed out to go into this space mentally of just like, well, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Who cares? I don't want to do it. I'm very apathetic, and it's not a fun state for me to be in. That's usually how I know I'm too stressed out. Would you say apathy is a form of flooding response? No. I mean, this is more my opinion and sort of anecdotal, Zine. But no, I would say apathy for me is more of a response to chronic stress. Flooding is like a short-term biological process that happens where your brain just kind of goes into overdrive. That I would say is something like where if you got like triggered, or if you became like incredibly emotional, or you were threatened in some way. I don't really go apathetic there so much as I go apathetic when it's chronic, when I'm chronically stressed out, or if I'm not attending to my stress. And then I'll start to notice that, I'll be like, oh, I've got a meeting tomorrow. And I kind of become apathetic to, I don't care what we do this weekend. It's a lot of Flooding is, for those who are asking, flooding is essentially where your brain will, like, you have this thing called the amygdala that sits in the middle of your brain. It's your reptilian brain. Then you got your prefrontal cortex, which is the front of your brain that's kind of wrapped around it.
How you doing, Sam?
Flooding is basically when your amygdala I said it, K-Girl, I'm sorry. Hits your brain with a whole bunch of chemicals that then take your prefrontal cortex offline for a little while. It's a way of of responding to the environment in such a way that you mitigate risk as fast as possible. And so, I know, I'm sorry, K-Girl. At least I caught it. So when you flood, it shuts down a lot of your nervous system processes and body processes. And so something that I educate, by the way, if you ever want to learn more about this, Loving with the Brain in Mind by Mona Fishbane, fabulous book, highly recommended. So when you're in a couple, for example, and you get into an argument and people get flooded where they feel emotionally threatened and they become like, they're often flooded. And what happens is when we're flooded and our prefrontal cortex goes offline, one, we don't think rationally. Two, we literally cannot process input from like auditory stimulus. So that's why it's important if you get too worked up in an argument to walk away, because you need your brain to come back online so that you can be more effective in the communication. It is healthy to take a step back and go away for a little bit and come back, as long as you come back, because you cannot process what somebody is saying. And I've had times with couples where I have had to stop them and say to one of the individuals, your partner literally cannot hear you. Their brain is offline. So the more you keep talking, you're going to feel like you're bashing your head against a wall because they cannot hear you biologically. So let's give them a second, and we'll bring it back when they can actually engage with you in a meaningful way. That's what I've always thought with regards to flooding. The assault of complaints and input from one person in the argument to the point where you can't process care. Yep, yeah, you just, it's all a response to threat, Zine. So if a person hits enough zingers at you, you're emotionally going to feel threatened. And that's why people flood. And they go offline. It's really distressing. It sucks. You'll never win if you keep talking to somebody who's flooded. It just will not do you any good, ever.
Bye, Sam.
Wolfer is what a type of dissociation?
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Yeah, that's flooding, for those who were curious. Do I have anything to deliver? Okay, I don't have anything to deliver to... All right, we're going back to the wind farm. Or are we? What the hell is on my back? Aren't males more likely to hit that state? That's what I've understood, but I don't know. If they are, I'm not familiar with research that says they are, Zine. I've seen women flood just as quickly as men. I will say men tend to not really notice their emotional arousal as quickly as women do because they're not really conditioned to do it. But I don't know that I'd say men are more likely to flood emotionally than women are. Had my first therapy appointment today. She went 2 hours with me instead of 1. How was it, Lyrna? Also good to see you. It was good. And that's cool. Goodies are awesome, Lyrna. Yeah, no, flooding's not really... I wouldn't say flooding's a form of dissociation. It can feel like an out-of-body experience, but... it being a dissociative state, All right, so I'm going to dump these off for a second. Okay, we're going back to the wind farm. Your nephew got my lighter. K-Girl, how is your nephew getting your wallet and your lighter and all these things? Did you child-proof your place? You should be able to make the legs that let you carry more be more stable soon. I'm looking forward to that. Trust me, one argument with my ex and you'll start feeling disassociated. It's not true. She's actually a lovely woman. Did we all date this same ex? Sometimes it feels that way, doesn't it? The amount of patterns and how people describe their exes is always funny to me. They do have a neurofeedback thing called brain paint. Seems like they want to push as a practice. Ever heard about it? I've not heard of brain paint, but I have heard about neurofeedback, Lyrna, and it can actually be really cool. My wife does biofeedback. It's worth a shot. I mean, if you don't like it, you can just say that it doesn't really work for you. But it's not really an invasive procedure. So biofeedback, so glad you asked, Dean. Biofeedback is this, I will be here, Victoria. Good to see you. Biofeedback is a process where a therapist will hook somebody up to these. They're not big machines, but like they'll put these things on your fingers and stuff that measure sweat conductance, heart rate, all sorts of things like that. Some measure breath. And what you do is you get to see in real time the biophysiological responses that you're having to certain stimuli. And so what you'll do oftentimes is you'll see like your heart rate, your skin conductance, all these sorts of things. And then the therapist will introduce a stimulus that may be like something you're afraid of, or maybe something that causes anxiety, or they might facilitate a conversation with you about something that's anxiety provoking for you. And then you can see in real time the way that your biology is responding to that. And then what the therapist will do is they will facilitate healthy behaviors to regulate that. So they might introduce breathing exercises, modified self-talk, et cetera, and then you get to see in real time these things change. And then what happens is you can gamify it so that I've said this before, that there's this game that you can play where basically you're driving a car and you see it on the screen, and you drive the car more effectively by regulating your breath. And you'll see you'll see there's this like optimal wave that'll go like this. It's all relative to like your body weight and stuff. So it'll go like this, and then you can see where you are. And so you'll breathe in as a way to try to go up here, and then you breathe out as it goes down here, and you try as best you can to keep it on this. And the more that you can do that, the more you're facilitating breathing exercises, self-talk, etc. And it actually can be therapeutic. So when Allie sees clients that do that, there are some clients that will come and only do like 2 or 3 sessions, and that's enough for them to be able to learn the skills. And
Yeah, this is nice.
yeah, so I mean, it's both diagnostic and therapeutic. So physiologically training yourself to self-regulate responses. Yeah, to notice when you're anxious, to realize what your bodily response to that is, and then to be able to catch it and do something about it. It's really, really neat. I want to do a stream where Allie hooks me up and we do that, but it's a more complicated process than you might realize. So that's really cool, Hyro. I feel like getting hooked up with those would make me more stressed. It's just like a thing on your finger, Gerbo. It's not like where they put the nodes all over your body. I think the brain paint thing is where it creates images on screen based on your brain waves. Yeah, it probably is. But it's all about visual feedback. It's really neat. I had never really known too much about it until Allie started doing it, and she did a presentation on it one day at a staff meeting, and it was really, really neat. And she actually demoed it. I may have broke this system back with my old job. What do you mean, Dirk? Oh, my stress was through the roof. Hell, you can't break it. We could see the biofeedback difference by where she hooks him up back to lurkage. Oh boy. We'll violate TOS by doing that. Too much biofeedback. I'm just trying to drive the car, honey. Just trying to drive the car effectively. Don't mind me. Oh my god. So yeah, I don't know. It's really neat when people start combining like talk therapy with other biological stuff, like biofeedback, for example. Because again, there's something really cool about being able to introduce biology to mental health. It's to me, I look at it as a way of normalizing people's experiences and realizing like, hey, it's totally okay that this is happening, and this is actually your brain responding in a certain way, and that's just how it goes. And there's no need to be ashamed about it. You didn't have an increased power response when I bent over to pick up this pen, you bastard. Zine, let's get that hashtag trending, all right? I like it. Using more tech for health is great. I agree. All right, we're back. Keep having to walk through this damn space with these BTs. She is a therapist, seemed like a great person, and understands multiple crises in a row can really affect you. If she went through it a lot, she was a social worker in the past. That's great. So Lyrna, it felt like you had a pretty strong alliance with her, it seems like. I think that's like the number one thing. You gotta have a good relationship with your therapist, or else it's not gonna go well. Did she go 2 hours because that's how she does her assessments, Larina, or just because the session was going well and she was just like, hey, yeah, we can go an extra hour if you want? Hey, Pitbull. I ran into the other day. Ah, the old run into your therapist in public experience. By the way, if you guys were ever wondered what happens if we run into clients in public, is we actually have to act like we've never seen you before in our life. So we will not acknowledge our clients. They move? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, we don't acknowledge people. And I always have to tell my clients that if we run into each other, I am not going to acknowledge you unless you acknowledge me, and that's to protect your confidentiality. I can imagine that might be distressing to people. It can be, Matt, especially if you don't give them a heads up. Like, if you don't tell people that you're going to ignore them when you see them, and then people see their therapist, that can really, really, really suck. So that's why I always make sure that I tell people, hey, if we run into each other, that's how it's going to go down. And sometimes people will be like, hey, but it's fine. You can say hi to me. And I'm like, I'm just not going to do it, because I don't want to ever put you in a situation where maybe the person you're with, or in the context you're in, it's too much to have to acknowledge your therapist at that time. Like, I'm not going to put you in that position. So just say hi to me, and then I'll be happy to say hello. It did. It felt like we could get along easily. We went 2 hours through her break because she probably felt it was going well. That's pretty cool. I'm always scared of the therapist for like 3 months and extra anxious, but then it's like, okay. Yeah, it takes a while to get accustomed to, Hyro. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually told my therapist I would ignore her because that's not the time to deal with me. That's fine, too. You can ignore us all you want. I don't take that personally at all. People don't want to talk to me. I get it. It's quite fascinating, the difference in people of who wants to know things about me and who doesn't care at all. Like, I've had some clients over the years that have never asked me anything about myself, and that's totally fine. And I've had other people who have really made a point of trying to ask me questions about me because they wanted to know a little bit more about me. And either way, I'm down. What if all your friends became your client? Do you have to ignore all your friends now? I can't do therapy with my friends. That's a dual relationship and is unethical for me to do. So luckily, I don't ever have to worry about that, Lemon, because I can't do therapy with my friends. What if they told you it would be okay for you to do that? I will still not do it, Simu, just because I want to protect them. I've only ever one time had somebody say, like, you know, I would really prefer it if you said, like, if you did say something to me, like, it would be weird if you didn't. And I was like, look, like, you basically, are you telling me that no matter what the context, you're fine with it? Because, and even then, it's too hard, because if I were to do that, if I were to go say hi to somebody and then they filed a complaint against me and said, my therapist acknowledged me in public and that was really shitty because it put me in a bad spot, I could get in trouble. So it's just easier for me to say, like, hey, I'm not going to say hi. I disclose quite a bit about myself. I do too. I'm willing to disclose things about myself with clients. And I say I always let that be the client's call to make of whether they want to hear about it or not, though. I will never force that on somebody. What if your client's the president of the United States? You got to ignore him now? Yeah. There's therapist-client relationship there.
Delivering cargo.
Well, most clients wouldn't recognize you without your therapy sweater and pipe. You grossly overestimate my dress code.
Brings a tear to my eye just thinking about all you've done for us.
Love that my therapist discloses a lot. It's nice to know about him as a person who I'm going to be spilling my guts to. Makes him more normal and human. For some people, that's very, very important to them. And that's okay. Mine said hi, and I was excited to see her. I'd done something I was proud of. I wanted to tell her. That's cool. That's cool. I see, again, in that case, it's fine because you were okay with it.
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Repaired transformer units. I prefer to know some things about my therapist because it makes it way easier to talk to my therapist. They're closed off. I feel like I'm being a huge bother, like something is wrong with them or something. It would just creep me out. Me too. Oh, lordy. And yet, I get utterly annoyed when my staff does the same thing to me. I'm not their... Well, that's because you're not their therapist, okay, girl? A friend of mine told me I was the only one he knew was excited to go to the first session of therapy.
Delivery parameters updated.
It can be a hard thing to be excited about, so I understand that. Oh, God. I don't know that I'm going to be making this delivery. Ugh. Okay, too much. But what do I get rid of? I don't... How am I supposed to do this? You need the legs. I don't know how to get the legs. Oh, it's too much. Too heavy. Do I have to deliver all 4? Recovery, confidential documents. That's not that heavy. So it's these are way too heavy. Holy shit, those are way too heavy. I'm not gonna be able to do this. This is a metaphor for emotional baggage. This is what some of us feel like every day, carrying our emotional baggage. Oh God. Yeah, this is me coming in from the grocery store because I'm a one-trip kind of guy. I don't like making multiple trips. No, Omega, I have only carried... Or I've only connected the East Coast so far.
Sam, if you should have...
Should I entrust these? I'm gonna have to. Because I just can't carry that. Damn. Bummer. More than one trip is for the week. I agree. Gotta do it all at once.
Delivering cargo.
Hi, M Dash. Cargo has been entrusted to another player. Help me out, fam. Okay, so I've got no... There's no way I could have made that walking like that. No way. You just missed out on the alternative story timeline in Death Stranding. The story arc of Norman Reedus slipping a disc in his back, carrying all that. He just falls down and writhes around in pain, and there's nobody there to make him feel better.
Thank you for your continued support.
I mean, at least he looks great in those glasses, right? You haven't missed too much, M-Dash, to be honest with you.
Contribution.
I mean, I'm just making deliveries right now, so I don't know that you got to worry too much about the story game.
Hey, be careful on the way back.
Chiropractor Simulator 2019. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go make this. Let's go deliver these medical supplies. Can't believe I walked all the way back here just for nothing.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I struggled carrying a 20-pound frozen turkey to my car today. I ended up having my dad get it out. I have 0 body strength. I mean, 20 pounds. That's a big-ass turkey. Dual shock battery load. Great. I have to figure out how to charge that. Hold on a second.
Quiet, dumbass.
You can see my window, Zine. You live in that building right over there? You can actually see the city pretty nice today. Tell you, Chicago's one hell of a through the camera. Chicago's one hell of a skyline. Why do I keep trying to say sand line? A hell of a skyline. Never been to Chicago? Zine, if you come to Chicago, hit me up, man. I'll buy you a Chicago hot dog. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Did he call BB a dumbass? No. Or maybe he did. Norman might have. I certainly didn't. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god. This is how he messed up last time. This is how I messed up last time. Run. Oh god, stay up, stay up. Oof. Oh, okay. All right.
Hey,
We made it. Mapco, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Holy hell. ET's got nothing on me, y'all. Let's go. Climb up. Come on. Come on. The actual links. Imagine that, but with those massive packages you had before, I'd have been screwed. I would have been absolutely annihilated. All those little people that come out of the ground when those BTs get too close. Don't trust him. He's from New Zealand. Hey, I got a lot of Kiwis in here that have hung out with me. I love having Kiwis in here. Picked a great time to come into the stream. What's up, Thidian? Hope you're doing well, man. I think one stream I had all 11 of the Kiwis in the stream at once. It was like a national holiday. Zine Day. It was New Zealand. I like a good visit to New Zealand every now and then. Don't know if I hate or love what I'm feeling right now. Just let it ride, Zine. Just let it ride, man. They're from Middle Earth. From Hobbiton. Only been to Chicago once for Math Fest 2017. Math Fest. It was loud, noisy, and everything felt like it cost too much. But one night there, and Everything is too expensive here, Simu.
Baby.
Oh man, BB's struggling. Hey, buddy, I'll rock you. I didn't forget about you.
That's right. Just
That's all right. There we go, buddy. You guys like Cletus? Relax. Relax. It's okay, buddy. I'm so nurturing. I shook him yesterday. Don't tell anybody. I don't know why he's rocking him this way, though. Like, I was able to rock him back and forth before. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Don't judge my parenting. It's vulnerable for me. You try carrying a fetus on your chest while making deliveries in a post-apocalyptic world where you've got ghost things trying to blow you up. Only BB had the perspective of an adult to understand how hard this is for me. All right. I'll put you away. There we go. Good. Apparently, when you're in the map, if you use the touchpad, you'll be able to see the topology. Whoa. Whoa. That's neat. I didn't know that. Thanks for the tip, Playful. I don't get how we unplug BB to rock him, and then when he plugs him back in, he doesn't get those visions. I don't either. Apparently, it's only in the elevator. I told my nephew, stop being a dick. Give me back my lighter. No, you can't play with it. You know what? Play with it. I hope you get burned. How old is your nephew, K-Girl?
there we go.
I don't know. I do a lot of my thinking in the elevator. Oh, God. I got to fix my camera. Hold on. What Zine said. See, K-Girl, you should have to read what people write to you out loud. What if we all had to read what people tagged us in out loud? Like if you just were compelled to read it out loud. It'd be rough. I mean, fire's nice and shiny. I gotta run and do some homework. All right, M-Dash. Have a good one. I hope it goes well for you. I hate homework. What's up, Roslyn? So good to see you this afternoon. How have you been? Also really glad that all of you are here right now. Thanks for spending your afternoon with me. It's lovely hanging out with you. Dude's cardio has to be insane. You should see my loins, Zine. They should call me Sam Porter Loins Bridges. Got the heart of a lion. Strong core. It's work I get paid for? Oh, that's excellent. What? What's wrong with me talking about my loins?
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges.
What's up, Ocho?
Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will
You should
remain
see my loins. That's right.
all clear. Decontaminating suit. All clear.
In fact, I'll show you my loins here in a second because I'm going to take a shower. Norman Fried-ass. Uh-oh, wait. Where's all the shit that I left on the floor here? Whoa, wait a minute. Tweeted at DrMick. Wait, you tweeted at me? What did you tweet at me? Oh. Excellent. You don't have a locker, so you don't lose stuff. Oh, did I not? I didn't put it in my locker. That's right. I put it on the floor instead of my locker. What a dummy. Okay, well, that wasn't good. This is where we're headed. Delivery. Pre-stranding movie footage. And soil samples. Almost at the end of my day. Have to go shopping for tonight's dinner, as well as stuff to cook for my man and a few friends tomorrow night. What are you making, Rosalind? Hey, no worries, D. Good to have you back, man. Crap. All right, so I screwed that up immensely. Ugh. Whoopsies. Tonight I have zero idea, but tomorrow are my bacon and cheese sirloin burgers. Yo. Some sirloins. Or some loins, sir. Whichever way you like it.
Thank you for your continued support.
Speaking of loins. All right, let's go take a little shower here. Well, actually, I'm going to repair my stuff, and then we're going to take a little shower. Loins are the crotch area of the thighs, right? I believe so. From my understanding. Or just like your thighs in general, I think maybe. Good. Spray myself down. Looks like he's using dry shampoo when he does that. Have you touched on Norman's emotions by being forced to see his dead mother's face each time he completes a mission? A mother that he had to carry to be incinerated? I have not, Playful, because I have not seen that happen yet, aside from when I actually took her to be cremated. It's so weird. I can't tell if that, like, I guess that woman's my mother, but then she acts like she's my sister because she's young. It's really weird. I don't quite know who she is. If you're referring to the woman in the red pantsuit, I'm guessing that's like... I mean, I know I can't tell if he's grieving or like what's going on. Because he's nice to her when she's young, sort of. And he was really mean to her when she was old. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have slept because I had those repaired transformer units. Oh. All right, whatever. It's too late. The president is supposedly my mom. I shouldn't admit this, but crotch to me is... And so the war between K-Girl and Zine begins. Dr. Mick, I met a guy and learned very quickly he has some emotional attachment issues. Cringe. A lot of us do. Not even just men, just people in general. Secure attachment, unfortunately, is not the most common attachment style. And I know the follow-up is probably, well, which one is? And usually it's a anxious attachment style. Ooh! Oh my God, Zine! He clung to me immediately. Ah, okay. Wasn't it already frozen, K-Girl? You're gonna put more ice on an already frozen one? That's cold. Saimu, Zine, and K-Girl are having a little back and forth. That's quite enjoyable. Get some icy hot. I talked about a bunch of people on the server for a game I play about attachment styles. What about them, Lyrna? During my first therapy session, we talked about attachment styles because I mentioned how you do mental health topic nights. That's so cool. So was it like in the spirit of trying to explore your attachment style, Matt? Also, I'm always curious how people's therapists react when they learn about me. Maybe a little bit self-serving to ask those questions, but I'm fascinated by that. See, here we're in the elevator. Here we go.
That's it, Lisa. Don't be shy.
Who's Lisa?
Just like we used to. Come on. Keep up.
Dude, you're gonna get dizzy, man. Yeah.
Sorry. Did I wake you up?
You did. I've been watching you.
It's Mommy's birthday.
It's more of what are some interesting mental health topics that stuck out to you? Oh, okay. Everyone is so surprised that it's research. Oh yeah, attachment's very well researched and theorized. Mine asked me to send him a link to your stream. How about it? That's neat. Head for Lake Knot City. I mentioned about you because of how you talk about how therapist sessions work and stuff. She was interested because they work with a lot of teens and young adults. Neat. Well, I'm always honored when you guys talk to your therapists about me. I think that's so cool. There's a good chance I had anxious attachment style. But they'll be able to help out with that in terms of like confirming it or whatnot, Matt, which is kind of cool. So she Googled me. I'm Googleable. That's still so weird to me. Oh, God. Let's roll out. Got my glasses. I'm ready to roll. Wanted mine to know about the work I've done on my mental health on my own, so she knew where I stood education-wise, I guess. That's great, Pitbull. My last therapist had no idea what spoon theory was.
Order assigned.
That's interesting. Spoon theory, Hyro, is this idea. It's used a lot with people to help them understand the amount of energy they have for social situations. Usually it's like this idea of like how introverts and extroverts get their energy, but you can use it basically to look at just your energy in general that you have to spend on things. And the idea is that we all have a certain number of spoons. And spoons you might call like fuel, energy, mana, health, whatever you want to call it. But it's like you have a certain number of spoons. So let's say I've got like 8 spoons on a given day. And there are activities that you can engage in where you have to give spoons, and there are activities that you can do where you get spoons back. And the idea is that you always want to be as best you can in the optimal range of spoons. And if you're constantly engaging things that give you spoons back, so you get a nice collection of spoons, you can then spend those spoons. It's not great to have too many. It's not great to have none. So, for example, like you could say that me going to work each day is me having to give like 2 spoons. And then when I come home and I play video games, I get 2 spoons back. And so there's this really nice regulation of spoons with me where I go to work, I play video games, I get my spoons back. But let's say I have to go to work, but then I have a meeting, so the meeting takes another spoon. And then I have an emergency I have to deal with, and that takes 2 spoons. And then I have to go to a party with my wife, and that takes 2 spoons. Now all of a sudden I'm out of spoons. And the idea is that when you run out of spoons, you're done. Like, you're donezo. You're shut down. You don't have energy to give. And it's a pretty rough space for a person to be in. So when people get into talking about spoons and spoon theory, it's so that they can have an understanding of how much energy they have to give, where they get it, and where they expend it, so that you can stay within your optimal range if at all possible. What's up, tree hugger? Is Zine actually Gecko? You'd have to ask them. Hold on, let me fix my camera one more time. What about if you're an over or under functioner due to anxiety and stress? Well, you might say that whatever you're doing, because spoons is about the behaviors. So like whatever you're doing could be giving you spoons or taking them away. There are some people who get spoons by handling other people's stress. There's other people who you have to give spoons when you're handling other people's stress. It just really depends on the person. It's very relative to whomever we're talking about. Let it be known on this day I had a perfect response to K-Girl. However, my infinite maturity, I chose not to say it based on the appropriateness for a public audience. Would love to know what it was. Back channel. My mom's a big fan of spoon theory. She has chronic pain and COPD. Yeah, it can be really helpful as a way to make sense of your
Weapons restrictions lifted.
life and the activities that you're engaging in. You lose your spoons? Fine. Can you replace... It depends. You know, Nix, if you're talking about the verb, sure. If that's how you get spoons back. Spoon theory is also a fantastic way to explain health conditions and the way they affect you and your family. That is all very, very true. Yes. It's very accessible language. I think it's a way that we take something somewhat complex in terms of how energy expenditure in relationships and give it a metaphor that people can easily understand. And people sort of understand when they say like, hey, I'm out of spoons. You're like, all right, cool. Well, go do what you need to do. But it's like sort of like you're responsible for regulating your spoon use. So if you recognize that you're running low on spoons, then you had damn well better be doing something to help yourself out with it, because you can't expect everybody to regulate your spoons for you. Which I think is a very important thing for people to understand. Slight Quilla. Cuddle parties are amazing. Speaking of spooning. Indeed. Spoon being placeholder for finite measurable number of metaphorical units of emotional energy. Correct you are, sir. Okay, that's a ladder that I put down a while back. I'm going to go use that. Cuddle parties sound terrible to me. Yes, I could imagine you would not like those, K-Girl. Some may like them. Some may despise them. I don't really think I would want to do a cuddle party with anybody who's not my wife. Wait, no! No! Oh, no. We are in trouble. Oh, no, 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 no. Go, go, go. Oh, cross the water. Cross the water. And then we're going to book it. Maybe. I lost my ladder. I can deal with that. Oh boy. Spoon is actually an acronym. I thought it was just a randomly chosen object for the metaphor. Wait, it is? Hey, Kiwi. What's the acronym? I didn't realize that at all. I enjoy cuddling with my friends and stuff, but random strangers, not so much. Yeah, no way. I'm sure if John Mayer offered to cuddle, you'd take him up on it. Ah. I don't know. He'd probably have to hold me while I cried because I couldn't believe it. Right? We were talking about cuddle parties, and then these BTs wanted to cuddle. That's all they want. They just want to cuddle. Oof. I was lurking and misheard stuff. Oh, okay. I was going to say, if it was a metaphor, I would have loved to have known what it's, or an acronym. I'd love to have known what it was an acronym for, because I had never heard that before. By the way, Coder, how you feeling, dude? You recovering all right? All right. Just your friendly neighborhood postal man, battling the adversities of delivering the mail. Speaking of, I have a package from FedEx I'm supposed to get today. And if I get to see him, I'm going to shake his hand and say, you know what? I know what you've been through, man. You're underappreciated.
There we go.
This is what our couriers go through, folks. I wonder what it's like. I wonder if there's any male people that like to play this game.
Nice.
Be like a farmer playing Farm Simulator, or truckers being like doing Truck Simulator. It's like, hey, what if you played a video game where you did your job, but with extra steps and extra adversity? Recovering's going pretty well. Thanks for asking. Antibiotics finish tomorrow. Been having some weird chest tightness off and on, but otherwise beginning to feel normal again. I'm so glad to hear that. He isn't delivering packages on Mars by hand. True. What's your opinion on all these studies linking inflammation to depression? Is it conclusive enough to be taken factually? So I'm going to be honest with you, Lemon. I'm not super familiar with that research. So whether it's conclusive enough to be taken factually, I don't know that I could really make a call on that, to be completely honest with you. I have heard of that, but it's kind of out of my wheelhouse to really say much about it. I'd have to look into it more. If you have certain studies that you're referring to, I'd love to check them out, but I was holding my 3-month-old nephew today, and he nuzzled his face right into my cleavage and then got a shit-eating grin on his face. My sister-in-law rolled her eyes and said he takes after his dad so much, and then shit his pants. And my SLS said, yep, definitely his father's son. Oh my God. What's up, Looking? A job where a courier rides his bike in the rain? I think some couriers do that, right? Not motorcycles, but just got out of mule territory. Let's go up here. I can't play EM's firefighting simulation because of all the errors. I end up getting super angry. I wish somebody would make Therapy Simulator. I would play the shit out of that on stream. That would be so much fun. You got people that come to you, and you have to make all these decisions about how to help them. It'd be so awesome. It'd be like a surgeon trying to do Surgeon Simulator. If you enjoy Therapy Simulator, you should consider a career as a therapist. Duly noted, Zine. I gotta take a look into that. Therapy Simulator, it doesn't exist, unfortunately, as far as I know, but it would be awesome if it did. Okay, cool. I'll look. I'd love to see him, Lemon. Speed run that thing. That's right. I could have the world record speed run for Therapy Simulator. This isn't Therapy Simulator now. No, this is Postman Simulator.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh my God, yeah. PhD Simulator is where you just keep punching yourself in the gut constantly. Hello, Blood Sky. Glad to have seen you return. How are you, sir? Or ma'am? Or there? Or whatever pronouns you use. I don't know what pronouns you use. My dad is trying to get me into Postman Simulator just in real life. I had a friend in high school whose entire family were all post people. All of them. Next new interview data required. Like secrete oxytocin. I like that oxytocin is something I deliver. Speaking of cuddling, oxytocin is the cuddle drug, or the cuddle chemical. So all these people are just taking oxytocin so they can feel better about this dreary world they live in.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further
I'm a guy, but you
information.
can consider me as anything you want. All right, you got it, Blood Sky. Virtual Anarchy, hello. I hope you're doing wonderfully also. I just spent an hour hooking up my new canister filter for my fish tank. Is that an upgrade fitting or just like a replacement? Delivery, time sensitive. Fish from a BT area. Retrieval, structural repair devices lost during delivery. Let's go do this first. Retrieval, structure repair devices lost during. Order involves a lot of cargo. Completing it on foot might prove difficult. Let's give it a shot again. Upgrade. I just took a lot longer than I thought. Nice. Hi, Kimby. So good to have so many of you in here this evening. Afternoon, evening. Oh, God, it's only 4:20. It feels so much later than 4:20. You would actually be surprised, Lyrna, at the ability of us to disconnect. It's actually, well, at least for me anyway, it's not too difficult. I learned how to do that when I worked at on the suicide hotline. You can actually get pretty good at not bringing your work home.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
It's interesting because part of me would think about doing doing emergency services stuff where I'd be like, oh my God, if I saw somebody die on the table and had their guts all splashed out on the table, I feel like I'd take that home with me. Whereas somebody could spill their emotional guts out, scream and yell at each other, and they walk out the room, and then I think about it insofar as I need to for treatment, but I can compartmentalize that very easily. I was thinking I may have the same phobia as Sam. Oh, of being touched? Any chance you play Minecraft? I do, but I never stream it. I've streamed it maybe a couple times. I played a lot of Minecraft back in 2011, 2012-ish. Me and a buddy of mine used to build Minecraft golf courses and use the Minecraft golf plugin. Which, by the way, Zine, I don't know if you saw that me and Lobro played Minecraft golf together, but I know you play Minecraft. It would be fun if me, you, and Lobro played a round of golf at some point. I would love that. I can imagine you do, Dirt. Minecraft? Never heard of it. Oh, you should check it out, man. Okay, so I don't quite understand what I'm doing for this delivery. If I'm... Okay, structure repair devices lost during delivery. But I didn't see... I'm really confused. Triple stream? Oh God, yeah. I live in West Virginia. I also live close to Virginia and Pennsylvania, so I hold multiple state certs along with West Virginia.
There we go.
I lived in Southwest Virginia for 2 years. Lyrna. I don't know how trauma therapists can do it. Listening to such terrible things and just going on with their day. Nope. It's pretty amazing. I have a lot of respect for trauma therapists because it can be quite taxing. Do I have to go to the bridge? So much new stuff in Minecraft since 2011, 2012. You should play it again sometime. I know. One of my best friends is an owner of the Nox crew, for those of you who are familiar with that. He's actually done a raid night with us one time at Fireteam Friday. Hey, little baby nothing.
There we go.
Trying to imagine Dr. Mick and Lowbro on Exoria, and Zine just laughing. What is Exoria? Do you believe in the paranormal side of life? I do not. I can dismantle that. Exoria is an incredibly complex and technical Minecraft mod pack. Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. Wait. Special machine. Wait. All this stuff's floating? All right. 68 of 86 kilograms of special machine. I got it. Oh, and now I'm over encumbered. Collect 3 kilograms or more of special machine. Oh, God. Okay, so I should have dropped the soil samples somewhere. I could build a mailbox, I suppose, and do it. Just grab them and put them on the shore. You can get them in a little while. Oh, so I don't have to deliver it all at once? Do I have a PCC? I don't have a PCC. I had to disappear to be present for a doggy training? Nice. What kind of dog do you have? I meant they don't completely float away. Oh. All right, well, I am going to offload this so that I can grab the other stuff. I can't store anything here. I'm not going about this the right way. I'm being a knucklehead with the way that I'm doing this. I don't want to drop the soil samples. So I'm going to run upstairs. I'm going to store the soil samples. And then I'm going to come back and do this. If you leave them out on the shore, other players will pick it up for you. Oh, interesting. I'm going to head off and place some terraria. Cool. Enjoy, Blood Sky. Timefall, though, I know. Timefall's brutal. Although I kind of want to be the one that carries them back. I want to be the postman. I want to do it. Sleep time for me. All right, Omega, have a good night. Thank you for hanging out for so long this afternoon. German Shepherd and a Border Collie mix. They're both around the same age and are having a dominance battle. Border Collie doesn't have a chance when it gets physical, though, since the Shepherd outweighs it. Oh, yeah.
Verifying ID. Clear.
Shepherd will
All weapons will remain locked.
whoop it.
All clear.
It's one of those things I never thought about till I knew it was a thing, but looking back, it seems I might have it. I will back away from being touched. I even find it difficult to touch other people. It could be caused by a few things. Should probably talk to a professional or something. There are certainly therapists who could help you through that, Virtual. I wish you luck on the stream and on your merch. Thank you very much, Blood Sky. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, we're going to put the soil samples into the... Wait, I can't put the soil samples in my personal locker? Are you a fan of real hot and spicy food? Yes, I am. Why do you ask? I've got to go back, pick up the man from work and head home. Well, enjoy your dinner, Roslyn. I hope it's delicious and wonderful and that you have a fabulous time. I'm so glad that you stopped by before doing that. Okay. Oh, man. Where am I supposed to take this? Forest soil samples go to capital, not city. The materials delivery resins are supposed to go to the district. Metals. Deliver one-time ladder to capital, not city. All right, I'm just going to go to the capital city and then we'll go back. Because I got to come back through here anyway. So let's see if there's any deliveries that I can make to the capital. Said that you could insert it with X in my private locker. Oh, it did. Thanks, Playful. You're the best. I recommend Da Bomb. I tried it this week. It's no joke. It's a type of hot sauce. Where does one get that, Lemon? Is that something I can get here in the U.S.? Since she's older by about a year. Hey, you can establish dominance even if you're not quite as strong. Just make that dog think you're bigger than it. Is it like Tabasco sauce where you can put it on stuff and it enhances the flavor but doesn't really have much flavor of its own? I think the worst thing for me was seeing people kept alive when they have no quality of life. That would be really hard to watch, Lyrna. I would really struggle with that. All right. Go to the other side of the bridge. Amazon is probably your best bet. No, it just adds pain. All right. I like to torture myself while I eat food. So I'm down.
Come on.
Lots of pain. I just got to remember not to scratch myself after I dab it on my fingertip. Like an idiot. Okay. Total now 71 of 86. So I got to go grab some more, right? Asserting dominance in a relationship. If your SO is in the bathroom and you have to pee, go in and pee in the sink while maintaining eye contact. Oh, man. Make sure you hold steady with that eye contact. Oversee multiple chemical and gas processing facilities across the country. World Market has so many different types of hot sauces. Chicago must have at least a few of those around. World Market, huh? They probably do. There is a
Well, at least I'm getting my steps in.
in Water Tower Place Mall, there used to be a hot sauce place that had really good stuff. Playful, what'd you do? What are you trying to link, Playful? Yeah, I don't have more than one drop. You'll probably be going to the hospital. I had this after ghost chili pepper sauce. I think it could have been less painful if I downed the ghost pepper sauce. Holy crap. Like, what's in it? Is it like Carolina Reaper or what? Oh, that's all right, key girl here. I got it. Playful. Playful. 1-5. 1-0. Have you ever heard the song Jesus is the One by Zach Fox? I have not. I do not even know who Zach Fox is, unfortunately. Hello, Zoe. You can also order different sauces from heatiness.com. I want to get the sauce that they always have at the end of the Hot Ones episode. I want to know what that tastes like. 74 of 86. I'm going to grab this one when it comes through here. That's where you buy it. Oh, cool. How to play League and listen. Enjoy. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. All right, baby. I know. All right, I need one more. Where do I get one more? All the way down there? All right. Something like 300k Scoville units, but it all hits you at once. So it's comparable to hot sauces in the 3 mil Scoville units range. That's insane. Merely human. Hi. I told you to pull them out before you left. You did. You did, Playful. I didn't listen. I've found that when I listen to you, it's usually a good idea. When I don't listen to you, I find myself in this type of precarious position where there's timefall pelting me and I'm making things harder than it needs to be. You get this stuff in your eye, you'll probably go blind. Ugh. Well, I mean, that's not really my plan. I don't really buy hot sauce in order to put it on my eye. But I do appreciate the heads up. This is the good thing with ADHD. You're very present. Hi, Kay. Forgot to turn on notifications on my phone, and now I'm back online. So how much have I missed? I've been on for maybe like an hour and a half, Kay. $83 of 86. Okay. First of all, let's get the spray out so that the medical supplies aren't ruined. Much better. Okay. Now let's go ahead and optimize. Yes, a lot of walking, indeed. It's in the top 3 hottest sauces on Hot Ones. Is there a way to increase your load capacity? I gotta believe there is. Probably comes with time. I hope you have a strong back to carry all that. Oh, yeah. The strongest.
Drink something, dumbass.
Is he calling me a dumbass? Fine. You want to drink a Monster Energy? Let's go ahead and pound a Monster Energy. Out of a canteen. Ah. Okay. I have some good news to share with you. A few specific streamers have contributed to my mental wellness progress. It has led me at 40 plus years to pursue 2 majors, psychology and philosophy this spring with a minor in computer information systems. My interest falls into behavioral sciences, cognition, and human interaction with AI. So thank you. Well, Merely Human, I am honored to have had some sort of influence on that. That is really cool that you shared that. Cheers to that. And I wish you all the best as you go through that. And if there's ways I can support you through that, through like answering questions or whatever, I am more than happy to do that. But I'm honored to have had a role in your journey. So thank you for sharing that, Purely Human. Well, I'm glad to have you here now, Kay. There are cars, so eventually you use them, right? I don't think you end up walking this entire game. I don't really mind it though, because again, this gives me a chance to like occupy my brain a little bit while I enjoy a chat with all of you. That's what it's all about anyway. I'm still in episode 2. And the sun's coming out. Things are looking up. That's what I'm going for, Simu. Going for chill. You know? Just hanging out with my friends. Making some deliveries. Death Stranding would be much cooler on VR. That would actually be really cool. I would love that. It would be cool if when you played Death Stranding, you could like stand in this thing that had these like resistance bungee cords pulling against you so that you could feel like what he's feeling, and you have to like lean yourself in order to get him to do it, and you feel certain levels of resistance based on how much weight he has. True full immersion. I would love that. I would play the shit out of that.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
It'd be like a real horror game with all the ghosts and shit coming out of the ground at any moment. Exactly. It'd be intense. It'd be so intense. By the way, for those of you who might have missed my announcement on Discord, part 2 of Detroit is posted in the Discord. So if you want to watch part 2, the link is there. Just add 200 pounds of weight on your back and start running. I would be in great shape if I did that. Let's go ahead and offload this. It would just be exercise, but it'd be fun exercise. It'd be the gamification of exercise.
Delivering cargo.
I'm all right with that.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here too.
Holy shit. You sure you brought enough?
Brought as much as you told me to bring, man. I could imagine Beat Saber does that. Beat Saber looks awesome. I love watching Zine play that. Some of this facility's bandwidth has been shared with Sam. Nice. Doing good work.
Safe travel, Sam. You be careful, okay?
I do not own a VR headset. If I owned a VR headset, I would definitely give it a shot. I was really good at Guitar Hero back in the day. And I've said, I think maybe I've said this before, but one of my most favorite achievements that I ever got is I got the Animal achievement in Rock Band, where I beat every song on Expert on the drums. It's still I'm so proud of that achievement. And play Rock Band drums all the time. I actually have an electric drum set that I hook up to my Xbox to play Rock Band with. But I've always thought that like playing Rock Band on stream would be kind of lame. So I don't ever do that. The point of this game, I'm basically a glorified postal worker, K, and all the stuff that's going on, I don't quite understand yet. Have you ever seen an Oculus Quest? I have not, D. Fish from a BT area. All right, carry that. Okay. And I can see people asking that question a lot, Derp and Lyrina. I mean, people ask me that question too, and it's always a hard one for me to answer because I can't really say much.
Time limit set.
Oh, 45 minutes? I can do this in 45 minutes. All right. Started to get really sick if I stayed in the headset too long and then came out, though. The field of view changes like 100 degrees, and it really messes with me. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about, is getting sick like that. You want to know where you get the carrying upgrade? Not yet. I do want to make a repair spray, though. I've been making a lot of that, but I feel like that's an important thing to be carrying with me. What's the most effed up thing you've ever heard or seen? That just seems like a really insensitive thing to ask. I mean, it's basically like asking somebody who went to war to tell you what their, like, the worst thing they ever saw in war was. Like, it is. I mean, it's somewhat disrespectful. And yeah, I'd say it's pretty insensitive. Stick with WoW. Nothing wrong with that, Kay. I like WoW. It's like heroin for me, though. I have to stay away from it. You don't get sick from using... So I have peripheral vertigo. So that's what I'm worried about, is that a VR would mess with my peripheral vertigo. That's what I'm scared of. Right, exactly, Playful. It's like, yeah, let me tell you the worst thing that ever happened to me, and let me relive that. Exactly, right, exactly, Kiwi. Like, I've always found that to be really strange that people would go in that direction when talking to people about what they do. But I get that people are curious and all that sort of thing, but this puts people in an awkward spot. Because sometimes people will feel compelled to answer just out of, like, social niceness. Yeah, I'm with you, Derp. Definitely with you. Oh. All right. Speaking of, I really do need to know where this package is. I have to make sure that... Oh my god, my Twitter is absolutely blowing up. That's probably courtesy of Zine. Sorry. Hold on. Whatever. Didn't get the notification yet, so whatever. Is this game fun? Clive, it is very fun. I really like it, but I can see how some people do not. This is, for me, the ideal game to stream. I mean, I play a lot of Destiny 2, but this game is perfect to stream because I can focus on chat, I can pay attention to people, and it's kind of like we're hanging out with a really chill backdrop. If you're looking for something that's like super, super engaging and fast-paced, this is not it. Yeah, Zed, I haven't even looked at it, but all I did is I just looked at my phone, and I reinstalled Twitter on my phone a couple days ago, so I guess like now I'm glad I did. Because I looked at my phone, and my Twitter has like 16 notifications. I never have that many notifications on Twitter. What's your favorite type of bread, and why is it rye bread? I actually really do like rye bread, Lemon. But sourdough is probably my favorite. I feel like we took over your stream chat. And no, Wolfer, that's what I'm here for, man. That's fine. That's totally fine. Oh, my God. Scene. Oh my god. What an epic Twitter exchange. Now I'm online, so I can't wait to see how that all plays out. Is it as relaxing to play as it is to watch? It can be somewhat stressful to play, I will say. Oh boy. My baby is not going to like me walking through this deep ass water. I have to set a timer for WoW sessions. I once spent almost a month there forgetting to eat and stuff. Not good. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a legit thing. I played way too much Warcraft my freshman year of college. I figure if I get overwhelming for the stream, I would. Yeah, no, you guys aren't bothering me at all. I never got the WoW bug. I was super into it. WoW got. I have a sentimental connection to WoW because it got me through depression my freshman year of college. It was really hard for me to admit that I was depressed at the time, but WoW really, really, really helped. Wait, what did you do now, Zine?
Hey, you're gonna love this.
Thank you, Zine. You're too kind, man. Live, thank you very much for that follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Yeah, to those who are watching and don't know, I've got a Discord attached with this where the wonderful people who you are hanging out with hang out with each other and chat and support each other, and there's a vent channel and all sorts of fun stuff in there, so I encourage you guys to hang out. By the way, we passed 500 members of the Discord recently. I don't know exactly when it happened, but there are more than 500 people that hang out in there now, which is really awesome. I don't know why I'm going this way. What a stupid way to go. That's mind-blowing to me, by the way. Like, when I started doing this and made the Discord, like, the idea that there would be 500 people in there, crazy. I love it. Hi, Mom. How are you today? So good to see you. Just played it a fair amount. A kid got really bored of the combat. Also, the grinding was just not much for me. Yeah, it is very grindy. I went back for BFA and really didn't like it. I saw that there's a Hall of Fame. So the Hall of Fame is for when we do the community game nights and stuff. You can get into the Hall of Fame by winning murder mystery or murder trivia party in Jackbox, and then if you win something in like community game night and stuff. We need to do something soon that can get somebody new into the Hall of Fame, because that Hall of Fame is for life. I should put the Hall of Fame in the info of the channel too. I'm so glad that so many of you are choosing to hang out with me this afternoon. And I'm so sad that it is 4:52 and it is pitch black outside. Oh my god. Trivia Murder Party is my favorite game. It's so much fun. And the new Jackbox has an updated version of it. I haven't picked up the new Jackbox yet, but when I saw that it had that, I got pretty excited. That's all right. People participate to varying degrees in the Discord. People come and go. Some people need, support chat will blow up for a while, and sometimes just need event chat does. Like, I don't know. It's really cool to watch the ebbs and flows of the Discord. Did you see the Steam Remote Play news? Yeah, they're basically doing what Parsec does, right? Where you can play local games online. Because that's what I was doing with Parsec, but if I can do it straight through Steam, that sounds pretty awesome. It being dark is nice for me. I get up at 3 a.m. for work. Actually, dark when I sleep, which is nice. Yeah, see, for people who work like third shift and stuff, I could see how it would be really helpful. I'm glad that you have created this space for all of us to be able to hang out with you and each other. It's always a privilege to be here. Hey, I mean, I make the space, but you guys are who make it as fabulous as it is. So you guys deserve a lot of the credit for why this place is so awesome. We're not choosing to be here. Your mods threatened us all with personal injury, hacking, and no cookies until we turned up. I mean, I do have the best mods. Parsec is amazing. I used it in China and bypassed the firewalls. There you go. I never knew about Parsec before, and then I stumbled across it like a month or two ago, and then did a couple of streams where we had a community game night using it, and it was amazing, and it works so well. And D, thank you much for thanks for those bits, dude. I know you're feeling tired and crushed. I appreciate that you're still hanging out and that you're here with us. Hello, Bart. I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing well as well. Cloud gaming is actually growing now. I know with Stadia. Stadia is an interesting concept for me. Mom, thank you so much for the sub. 4 months.
Look at all those moats.
Thank you. Bart, thank you for the bits.
You're
I
getting
appreciate that
paid
as well.
today.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Here we are, back at the Capitol. How was I not subbed? I don't know, Mom. But I'm glad you are now. That's all I care about. I'm just glad to see your name in here. I have it on auto resub. Twitch has been weird about that lately. I had a couple auto resubs that didn't go through either, and it was really annoying. I was eating nachos today and got some on my finger, and it felt like the shame of Mom's judgment over finger licking all over again. Oh no, I know. I'm gonna start thinking about that too, Zine. I actually had Flamin' Hot Cheetos earlier, although I ate them with a fork, so I didn't have to actually lick my fingers. By the way, anybody who likes Flamin' Hot Cheetos, you soak them in lime juice and tahini seasoning. Absolutely fabulous. I remember reading about an Alzheimer's dementia treatment center that had therapeutic dolls available to those older adults that are soothed by holding babies. Wouldn't babies be more stress-producing than stress-producing? I would think so, D, but, you know, I guess not. You know, like, I guess if some people, there's like this instinct that kicks in or whatever, I suppose, you know, what's stress-reducing for some would be stress-producing for others. It would certainly stress me out. I would not want to rock a baby back and forth as a way to calm myself down, let me tell you. That would not do it for me. You need to send me a pic of Coconut Man. I want to do... Oh! Damn it! I saw you tag me in that, K-Girl, and then I forgot to post it. I will send you something. By the way, what the hell is a 3D pen? I've never heard of that before. I saw the little tree thing that you made, but I don't understand. It looks like... Is it like one of those things that you squirt cake batter out of? Like, I don't understand. I think it has something to do with how it's a familiar feeling. It could be, Kimby. That would make a lot of sense to me. No, I haven't. I've never heard of a 3D pen. How do they work? Like, what do they do?
Good work. New order available.
Ooh,
Please
Lemon,
access
you almost got me to
delivery
read that.
terminal for further information.
All right, so we turn that stuff in. Take on some orders. Orders for Sam. Equipment. Trial. Grenade. Oh, God. Wait, did I say it? When did I say it? How did I say? Oh, I did say it. Because I said the... Oh, I did say it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't hate me. Don't hurt me. I've said it way too many times today. You paid me not to say it, and I still say it. You literally opened up your purse and or wallet or clicked or whatever, your electronic version of that, and you sent me money and said, don't say that word. And then I have said the word so many damn times. Not even me reading the teleprompter. I'm so sorry. Oh, it is innocuous. I agree. Oh my God, how many of those damn things do I gotta carry? Oh God. Weirdly, my mental health got way better when I had a kid, especially since I wound up being not a terrible parent. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Kay. Like, you were a good parent. That's awesome. It's hard to be a good parent. Is that a trick coder? Coder, why did you write that? Gonna put rice in the rice cooker and hope my husband will make chicken teriyaki? It sounds wonderful, Lorena. Standard orders. Urgent delivery of tranquilizers. Can do. Prototype ship motors. It looks heavy. Don't want to make a materials delivery. chiral stabilizers. I suppose I could probably do that. I made breakfast for dinner. Easy peasy. I'm not a huge fan of breakfast for dinner. I do think it's weird that we have certain foods that we are supposedly supposed to eat at certain parts of the day. Like, I think that's a little bit weird, but I do have a hard time eating breakfast for dinner. It's a weird one for me.
Order assigned.
I should probably go eat dinner because it's kind of that time, but the idea of getting up is a lot. You have the ability to order it, Kimby? All about ordering it. Urgent delivery of the tranquilizers. Let's go. Roll out. Biscuits, gravy, bacon, and fried potatoes. A true Southern style. Very nice. I had thought that we were becoming friends, but I'm not a huge fan of breakfast for dinner. Maybe a deal breaker. Zine. Really? You're gonna deal break me just on that? After I told you to look at my loins? I don't just make that request of anyone, man. I got real vulnerable. You know? All right, next thing you're going to tell me is that we're not friends because I hate ketchup and because I hate cake and because cucumbers are the most disgusting food in the entire universe. I love breakfast food. I just like it for breakfast. I don't like it for dinner. The only times I've ever wanted cereal was late at night. I like cereal at night, I will say. You can't come to England with that mentality. I like English breakfast. I just, yeah, I'm not into eating it at night. Ketchup's nasty, man. Cucumbers are gross. I like pickles, but cucumbers are my least favorite food in the entire world. I will eat breakfast for dinner before I would ever eat a cucumber at any point. If I ever eat sushi and they even put cucumber in it, if I poke it out, I can taste it. Ugh. Don't you hate pancakes? No, I like pancakes, Coder. I enjoy a good pancake now and then. Ice cream cake for life. I'm down. See, we're friends again, Zine. I'm down. Well, so ice cream with vinegar actually sounds pretty good. I love things that are vinegary and acidic, so I'm down for that. However, I am deathly allergic to strawberries, so I could never enjoy that. Wait, is that true, Zine, or is this not true? Did I just take that at face value and now I'm completely wrong?
Yeah, this is nice.
Kid needs to sleep too, but I cannot be arsed to sit and play PC. So yeah, also I make my own spiced ketchup. Way better than ShopBot. See, I'd be interested in trying that, Kay. It's like Heinz ketchup and that like sludgy shit I can't stand. Strawberry ice cream and balsamic vinegar. Yeah, I've heard of that, Zine. That is a huge difference. Balsamic is good on sweet stuff. Yeah, seriously, try it. Balsamic on ice cream. It's actually good. The profile of it works. I am totally down with that. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is you try it and then you don't like it and then you say, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore, and you put it away. Like, it's really, there's not too much that you got to worry about. Biggest thing I missed from when I went to England was all the vinegar at the restaurants. I love vinegar so much. I'm not a balsamic fan. Oh, okay. Well, see, if you don't like balsamic, then I suppose that would make sense, Coder. I am deathly allergic to cinnamon. Even with the smell of it in the air makes me break out in hives. Yeah. See, Wolfer, if a strawberry touches my skin, I break out in a rash. It's not as bad as me smelling it, but I also, for whatever reason, can't even do artificial strawberry stuff. Like, if I eat a Pop-Tart or if I eat Twizzlers or whatever, it's enough to be bad. Go to the BT area. It seems I'm in the BT area. Defeat a BT and confirm that the chiral crystals are produced. Oh shit. Guys, I have to actually fight one of these things. I know, I love strawberries. I acquired the allergy. I was not always allergic to it. I used to be able to eat them and I loved them. I don't know the difference between vinegars. Honestly, I didn't for a long time either. I know the difference in how they taste, but pear spray. Okay, blood bag. Hemostatic rounds will draw from the blood bag instead of Sam's body if multiple. So how do I throw the grenade? So strawberries soaked in triple sec with a little sugar sprinkled are amazeballs. I bet they are. So what does that giant bridge you cross do? It's just somebody put it down to be able to help me. Like people can build highway systems and stuff in this for other people to use to make their life easier. So that's all that bridge does. It just makes it so that I don't have to walk through the water. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, here we go. The grenade. Okay. OBT. Here we go. OBT. Where are you? See, now watch. I'm going to want to run into one, and I'm not gonna. Oh, my God, you guys. This is going to get intense. This is going to get intense. There he is. Come get me. Eat me. Do I need to let these guys take me? Do they need to grab me and pull me? Oh, God. Here we go. I'm going to let them drag me. Oh, God. It's a whale. Oh, jeez. The baby is sad. Oh, jeez. Okay. Come here, whale. Shit. You know how unlikely it was that me and Tally are from the same city, UK? Well, you're in the same city as well. Holy shit. It's so weird. Like, that's crazy to me when... You know, 50 people sitting here right now watching that, like, you guys would all be in the exact same spot and not know each other. Like, could you imagine if you've all been in the same space at some point and you didn't even know it? Where the hell is this thing? Where are you? Let me throw some blood bombs at you. And it's not even in the United States either. I know, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. There it is. Oh, jeez. What are you doing? By the way, that thing kind of looks like a whale. My mom got to pet Shamu at Disney World back in the day. It was pretty cool. Literally got to feed him, pet him. It's one of the coolest things ever. And you know the best part? We didn't get a picture of it. Because we were all so excited we forgot to pull a camera out. No, I'm supposed to kill this thing for the mission. Because I have to see if it gets, like, emits chiral stuff. Dick. Nope, nope, nope. There you go. Death. Telling me to run. What do I look like? What do I look like? Don't answer that. You decided to kill a boss when you could have killed a minion. Well, it's because I go big. I don't go home. I go big. There we go. Boom. By the way, to anybody who's new and here for the first time, welcome in. It's so good to have you here. I appreciate you spending your afternoon and evening with me. If you haven't met me before, I'm a licensed therapist. I also have a PhD in human development. We talk about mental health and stuff while I make deliveries and kill things. So welcome in. So glad to have you in here. And those of you that are always in here, it's always great to have you in here. Warped, it's really good to meet you. Really good to meet you. Nice to meet you, Warped. Good to have you in here, Warped.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
A lot of viewers tonight. Well, I thank Zine in part for that because I know Zine has brought so many of you with him, and I really do appreciate that, Zine. It's very kind of you. A lot of cool people in here. Alcoholic beverages. Way station west of... Oh, let's get them their drinks. Shall we? Got some alcohol for you guys. I can put eyes on the screen, but only you can make them want to come back. You get the credit, not me. Well, it's a mutual effort, Zine. I'm a believer in systemic efforts. Mutual effort. I really do appreciate it, dude. You've brought a lot of awesome people here, and I think that speaks to how incredible of a community you've created as well. All right, let's run. Let's get over there. Now that I did my job, whooped some ass. Is Zine a streamer? Oh, yes. Zine is absolutely a streamer. And if you guys don't follow him, you absolutely should. He's a variety streamer. He talks about mental health stuff. He has curated a really incredible community. He's an incredibly intelligent person. A legend at Beat Saber. He's a good dude. So if you like me, if you like Lowbro, you will love Zine. Zine's the man. And it's been really, really cool to have you joining us lately, Zine. Just wanted to say hi. We're about to head to bed. Next Unreasonable Hour stream. Next. Body, it's good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by to say hello. I'm going to be on Saturday night, so the next Reasonable Hour stream for you will be Saturday night. So get at me. All right? Shifted Spirit, hello. I hope you're doing well. I love those Beat Saber emotes. Those are awesome. No stream tomorrow. No, Coder. Unfortunately, I will not be online tomorrow. If I do, it'll be a bonus stream because I have an incredibly long day of work tomorrow. I am doing 8 therapy sessions tomorrow, 2 supervision sessions, and then I am going to a get-together with a lot of old coworkers and some therapists in the area that I really admire and respect. So tomorrow is a very long day for me. So I anticipate that I will be very tired tomorrow. So if I come online, it'll be a bonus stream, but I can't promise I'm going to be on tomorrow. I will be on Saturday, Sunday though. I don't know though. It's like one of those things though. Like I keep thinking about this game and it's like if I get home tomorrow night and I take a nap or something and hang out with Allie, have a good time, she goes to bed, and then I keep thinking about this and I've got the energy to play it, I'm going to play it because can't stop thinking about it. They're all bonus to me, Doc. It's very kind of you to say, Tree Hugger. By the way, Tree Hugger is also a streamer. And he's a really good dude who also talks about mental health. So you ought to check Tree Hugger out too if you are enjoying this. Love what you do, man. There's a reason that you do not... Is there a reason that you do not stream your previous recordings while you are offline? I asked because I was quite shocked to notice today how soothing it is to hear your voice. I feel very relaxed. Because the VODs merely. I've never really thought much about putting out premieres. I think in part because I don't really know how to do that. And I think Twitch might have disabled that. But I do have... I mean, I have the VODs for people to watch if they are interested in doing that. Well, for supervision sessions are where I work with students at Northwestern University who are currently training to become therapists. So they have clients that they see as part of their clinical practice to get experience. I have students that work underneath my license. I also have a few students that I just do supervision consultation with as part of the program. So they come to me and they talk about their cases. Their clients sign off on them talking to me about their cases, so their clients know that they talk about them. But I provide supervision to them. So like they'll come to me and they'll say, hey, I'm working with this client. Here's what's going on. I don't really know what to do. I'm having a hard time. And then I work with them to come up with ideas. I help them with what to do, stuff like that. So I currently have 5 students that I supervise. Some in a group, some individually. I'm not very far in the story at all, Bonnie. I'm still in episode 2. I need to be off to bed. Hope to catch you all soon. Zoe, thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate it a lot. And I hope you sleep well. All right. Tranquilizers in. Confidential documents in. Tamales? Oh my God. I love tamales.
Hey, you're gonna love this.
Okay, I don't really know how to say your name because there's no vowels, but I'm going to go with Husker Lover unless you tell me otherwise. Husker Lover, thank you for the follow. Can they see a client if the client doesn't want them to talk to you about them? No. In their clinic that they work in, Wolford, that is part of the service agreement that they sign. Those students do therapy on a sliding scale, and the clients pay a very small amount of money. Some pay as little as like $3 or $4 a session. So that's part of the gig. Like if they see a student, they realize and are informed about the fact that that student is receiving clinical supervision. So I'll watch tapes. We'll do some verbal consultation, that kind of thing. But clients know that. They sign up for it. They're okay with it. That's why they do it.
You be careful, okay?
No problem, Playful.
Good work.
It's good to have you here always.
Available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
All right, let's see what we got here. Take on orders. Okay, so those are going back that way. That's good. Suppose I could recycle some materials. That would be great. It's like getting a student haircut. You go in knowing they're learning and might take a bit longer. Exactly. It's exactly right. But the number one driver of referrals to the clinic that the students work in is actually referrals from people who have been in the clinic. People who have seen a student and really enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. And actually, interestingly enough, where I work where I used to work, I no longer work there, they did a study about the effectiveness of student therapists versus staff therapists. Like people have been doing it for a long time. And they had this quantitative data that they used to measure change and all these things over time. It's really cool, really sophisticated. And it turned out that students and staff therapist outcomes were not statistically different. So people were getting just as much out of seeing student therapists as they were seeing staff therapists. And a big reason for that is because therapy really is a lot about the alliance and how people feel about the therapist they're working with and their readiness for change. So whether you see somebody who's been doing it for years or somebody who's been doing it for 1 year, doesn't matter so much. There's not a lot of variance there. I'd be so freaked out to be taped. That's anxiety inducing just to think about. Yeah, it's not for everybody, Wolfer. It's really not. Oh my God, you guys asked me a lot of things. Have you heard of third wave therapy? From my understanding, it's a new method of therapy that's based around the idea that our thoughts are not ourself. I was wondering if that's more a homeopathic approach to therapy over CBT. There are certain theories and ways of practicing merely that would integrate that type of thinking, but third wave therapy, that actual term, is not something I'm familiar with. How are tapes handled? I wouldn't mind a supervisor watching. They are stored on a heavily encrypted flash drive coder that if logged into with improper credentials 3 times, it completely wipes and destroys the flash drive. So it's a HIPAA-compliant flash drive and encryption system. So your stuff wouldn't get out. GTFO stealth horror FPS. Noted. Where are these supposed to go? Okay. Take on orders, standard orders to the wind farm. All right, we're gonna do this one. Yeah, HIPAA is no joke. They do not mess around. Later, playful. Okay, 1/2 special machine. Where are these? Okay, so this special machine is going. Recovery, confidential documents. Oh, I gotta go in the mule place. I gave my official presentation today, and I am now an official holder of a master's in forensic biology. Yo! Congratulations, Shyred. That is exciting stuff. Congratulations. Cheers to that. That's awesome. That is awesome. I think that if mental health situations regarding therapy, recording should be a must. The reason being is that humans have poor memory and the recordings allow them to be more accurate study of exact conversation. Yeah, and honestly, merely taking up videos can really help with ethical stuff, because if you ever have a false complaint filed against you, you have videotapes of your sessions. However, the way you store them has to be very careful. So I'm a proponent of videotapes. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, no. I should not have recycled those grenades. Shit. Okay, whatever. The idea of tape stresses me out. It's like I said, it's not for everyone. It's really not. So, some people really struggle with the idea and don't feel like they can do it, and that's okay. Okay, so I don't have anything in sports. Okay. All right, so I guess we're going... All right. My therapy was really good to make sure I was comfortable with the security behind everything he did. He offered to let me read the notes he wrote, assured me everything was locked up. It's really nice when I was starting out. Now I don't really care who knows about my daddy issues. Yeah, clients have the ability to read their case notes if they want, but honestly, like, I don't know that it's... I don't know, I guess for some people it's helpful, but... Those notes are mostly just for... They're for insurance purposes, and so that we can remind ourselves of what we talked about in that previous week. And you can watch tape, like, I know I have watched tape with clients before, and it can be very useful because, especially with like couples and stuff, if they see themselves fighting, sometimes that's enough for a couple to be like, oh my God, we really do need to change this. It can be a pretty strong intervention. I'd be concerned about security and data exfiltration. That's why we have to use HIPAA compliant stuff. You can't just use whatever you want to record. But I get it. I mean, I definitely get it. Unethical journalist bribing low-paid IT staff member or clerk. Well, thing is, I would be the one that was in control of my stuff, and you could not bribe me out of my job, which is essentially what you'd be doing. But I get the concern. I really do. Can you imagine an auditor having a fit seeing OBS Studio on your desktop? Oh, yeah, if it was on my like work computer. Well, if they were like, are you streaming your therapy sessions? They might not be fans of that. Oh, OBS record. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, they probably wouldn't like that much. All right. Let's go steal some stuff, huh? Kind of amazing how much stuff there is to do just in this early part of the game. Like, we're not even close to the meat of this game yet. I'm still on episode 2, Anthony. I'm just making some side deliveries. I'm just enjoying the walks. You're doing naked therapy. Oh, my God. So, actually, what's kind of funny is I showed my supervisees yesterday naked therapy, and we actually ended up having a really cool ethical conversation about it. I won't say too much about it just because I don't want to, like, you know, talk about what they said and stuff, but it was a very fascinating conversation. It's not a thing. It's a thing that isn't a thing. Okay, if you're interested in learning more about it, when I was streaming Tuesday, we had a conversation about it, and yeah, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's an unethical thing that's passed off as an ethical thing. That's what everybody keeps saying, is that episode 4 is awesome. All right, here we go. Come on, I'm gonna kick your ass, buddy. Come here. Strongest postman ever, dick. Yeah. 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 Oh, Jesus. Come get me. Come get me. Come get me. Yeah. These guys have, like, lightsaber sticks, and I'm just a mere postman, and I'm whooping some serious ass. Oh, God, this is the... I don't know how to beat these guys. I feel like I'm just supposed to run away from these guys. The mention of it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh too. I got all fired up about it. All right, we're going. We're going to climb the mountain. You can chase me all you want, man. I'm faster than you. You're nothing but a bitch. Yeah, this is a hard game to stealth in. Let's go. Climb. You can pick up an item in just your hand and swing it like a club. That's good to know. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Come on. I see my therapist out of pocket because my insurance basically doesn't cover therapy. And she informed and showed me that her notes are very vague and her laptop, which she only uses for work. Yeah, they don't have to be super in-depth. In fact, most therapist notes are not. You guys don't see me. You don't know where I am. How does he know where I am? How does he know where I am? You dick. Kiss my ass. Yeah, you want a piece of me? You just watch me kick your ass, your friend's ass. You just watch me kick your ass's friend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no. Yeah, dick. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't even matter. All right. I've been seeing a therapist for 3 years, and the entirety of the notes she has is only 2 pages. Like 2 handwritten pages? I agree. Not a fun 3-way. Interesting. I've never had somebody ask me to see my notes. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I've never had somebody ask me that. My barbarian side is peeking through. I know. Look at that. You get me squared up with some mules, and I lose all therapist sensibilities. The only thing I care about is how it feels to have my fist hit their face. Can I see your notes? You aren't my client. Or I can't confirm or deny you're my client, I guess. But you cannot see my notes. No. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Everyone needs an outlet. Mine is delivering mail. Time for bed. That's all right. Bonnie, it was good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by before you went to bed. Confidential documents. Got him. Lost cargo. Toys. Lost cargo. Medical instrument. And good enough. I don't understand why therapy notes would not be very in-depth. I would imagine since they directly correlate to your particular issues, the therapist would want them as tools to make better decisions. Sort of. You have to be careful with notes, merely. It's a fine balance because notes can become court documents. It's very rare, but no, they can. And sometimes the more detailed you are, the worse off you are. Like, it needs to be just enough that the therapist can remember what they were doing, and that they could speak to what happened in the session if they ever had to talk about it, like in court, if that makes sense. That's pretty cool, Wolfer. I mean, that's cool that you shared it. But I keep digital notes in a HIPAA compliant electronic health record. Some therapists keep them handwritten. Just all depends. I have very high standard for therapy without having any comprehension of its process. I actually, you know what? You're not alone in that. You're not alone in that at all. So, Husker Lover, this game is, I am basically a courier in a post-apocalyptic United States. There are these things called beached things, or BTs for short, that are, I assume, dead. When people die, they blow up, create these huge craters. It's pretty intense. The entire United States is offline, so I am part of putting the whole United States back online, trying to reconnect everybody to build America again. I have a sense that I'm working for the bad guys right now, but I can't prove it. And let's see. There's a lot of things that are still unanswered. Mother, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that long of support. That's incredible. I still don't know what's up with the weird baby thing. Cletus just kind of hangs out with me. I don't know why we have him yet. I never take notes in therapy. Oh, wait, are you guys talking about notes in therapy, or are you guys talking about notes after the session? Because I never take notes in session. There are some therapists that take a ton of notes in session, but I do not. But we all have to make notes afterwards. Those notes that are taken during session may or may not be added to the case file, but mine takes lots of notes in session. Okay. Yeah, I don't do that. You know why Cletus is there, sorta? Why is I mean, you can... Is it something that I should know by now, Pitbull, in episode 2, or is it something that you learn later on? If it's something you learn later on, I don't want a spoiler, but if you do know... Oh, all 2 pages were in session. Okay, now I see what you guys are talking about. Now I see. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no! Okay, well. Notes. I did a really good job at not taking notes today. I hope the patient noticed how much I paid attention. Anthony, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. The BB is actually explained pretty early on. Okay, so I just forgot. Feel free to explain it then, Pitbull and or Jan. Because I don't understand it. And would love to know. Mine writes in session, but only when she has a question, but doesn't want to interrupt me, but doesn't want to forget it either. That's a pretty good use of notes. BB does not like water. There's an actual baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look. This is my baby. You see? You guys want to rock him? You want to soothe him? Oh, I know. That's okay, buddy. So I can soothe him by rocking him. Instead of okay, boomer, saying 10-4 dinosaur. There you go, gamer. How'd that go down? Right, it lives in water. Well, it lives in amniotic fluid, not water. I gotta believe. So maybe water is too diluting to the amniotic fluid that the baby's in. That's Cletus. That's what I named him. Which is not original at all, but whatever. He's not my baby. At least I don't think so. It's kind of strange that he's breathing out bubbles, though. Right, exactly. Since we're on the therapy topic, I wanted to share good news before I had to leave. You probably don't remember, but I once asked you whether it was okay for me to ask for a new psych referral before my meds were messed with. Today, I finally got the letter for that referral. I'm weirdly proud of myself for pushing for that. That is awesome, Kay. That's not weird at all to be bursting. It's awesome to be proud of yourself, and I give you a ton of credit for doing that. I actually do remember you bringing that up, and I remember you being very worried about it. So I give you a lot of credit for pushing through and making that happen, Kay, and I hope that the referral helps. That's awesome. So awesome. It's hard to do that stuff. I understand the anxiety and the worry about doing it, so...
Delivering cargo.
All right.
Well, I'll be. We've just about given up on seeing this again.
Oh my God.
Let's not.
Zine, I don't know if you're
judge
still
a
here,
book
but
by
Jesus
its
Christ,
cover,
my
though,
Twitter
huh?
is just absolutely
take a closer look.
exploded. My God. 62 other...
Very, very nice. It's exactly like I remember it.
Wait.
Talk
Okay.
about lucky.
You like my glasses? I love my glasses. Glasses make the man here. I'm going to take off and try to get some homework done. All right, Coder. Good luck, dude. Appreciate you being here, as always. Does baby represent the id, ego, or super ego? I got to go with super ego. So earlier, Simu, we were talking about my loins because of me carrying these packages, and I told Zine that he should see my loins.
I can't tell you how
And then he
grateful
tweeted it with no
there
context.
are few bona fide treasures left in this world, and you just saved one of them. Thank you.
Her fault for not teaching me. She mumbled some other stuff. I tried. She's like,
New order available.
it's
Please
become
access delivery
become a trigger
terminal for
phrase.
further information.
Damn, I'm getting tired. We must deliver the mail. Metals. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to deliver metals. This game is weird, but it's a good weird. I love it.
Delivering cargo.
BB is kind of like yourself. It's bridge between dimensions. Lets them detect the BTs.
Thank you for your continued support.
Loins is going to turn in one of those words if it's not already there. No. Loins. All right.
Thank you.
We're going to make our way to the port because when we get to the port, we move to the next episode. So this is why we're doing this. Chiral network stabilizers, distribution center west of Port Knot City. All right, so that's where we're headed. Zine tweeting something with no context? That doesn't sound right. I'm not familiar enough with Twitter to know if that's a pattern for Zine, but I'm getting a sense that it is. By the way, it's good to see you, Blue Jays. Did you just say delivering condom? I have no idea. Let's go ahead and slam a monster. Oh yeah. Anyone else have the naming a super ego? You know, I had actually never thought about that before, Putt Dog. The coworker is talking about going on a date, and I reminded him, "Don't be a fool, wrap your tool." And my boss just laughed his ass off at how serious I was. I had a talk with my dad when I was younger, and back when we were talking about, you know, the talk about sex, and I remember my dad saying to me, "Keep your pecker in your pants, and you'll be all right." That was the talk I got. Ah, there you go. Make that poster, D. I support that. I'm looking for homework, but I'm here to be for the chill vibes. Happy to provide the chill vibes, Blue Jays. Find it interesting that post-apocalyptic scenarios frame goals in terms of reclaiming the past instead of merely building a future. It's like the face of loss. We have the instinct to frame progress in terms of how it compares to the past we can't truly reclaim. God damn, mother, that's some deep shit. That's like philosophical quote of the day right there, man. You ain't kidding. It's because we want to assimilate. We want to go back to what we have expected. The idea of having to accommodate a new future is too hard for our brains to wrap itself around. Help me find the courage to push for it. My meds aren't being changed, so I've seen the proper professional. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome, Kay.
2 wheels up.
Like I say, it's an honor to have been part of your journey in that way. I mean, you guys have said a lot of kind things today about the impact that me and this stream have had on you, and that means a lot. I'm really glad I could do that. That's all I can say. It's awesome. All right. Death Stranding is just Brexit England. I love Sam's boots. Pretty stylish. They should have had those be in the collector's edition of the game. You get a pair of Sam's boots. And a baby Cletus to put on your shelf. You think if he was from New York, he'd be wearing Tim's, but he's not. Or I guess work boots, as New Yorkers call them, apparently. My dad is a very practical fellow. I'd rather get the glasses. Yeah, no kidding. The glasses make the man. Distribution center west of Capital Knot City, which I think is this one, correct? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and throw that on. We're about to go through BT territory, I think. Stream and I. My sister's an English teacher, so she would have appreciated that tree hugger. My dad had that talk with me and my brother about not getting a girl knocked up. I just respond with, "That's not going to happen." I wish that there was a switch you could hit where you just be like, okay, so now sex can make a girl pregnant now. But up until that point of you hitting the switch, it doesn't have that effect. Closest thing my dad had to the talk was to pull me aside and tell me, "You know, son, when I was a teenager, some of the other kids wanted me to look at some playing cards with naked ladies on them, but I didn't look." What's the point he was trying to make with that, mother? See, this feels like it could be a fun conversation. What was the talk like for all of you? If you even got the talk, what was it like? I always find it fascinating the way that parents have that talk with their children, just because, at least in the US, people are so afraid of talking about sex. They wanted me to look at some playing cards with naked ladies on them, but I didn't do it. Learned everything from the internet. That is the common sentiment nowadays. Even now that I'm 36, my dad still refers to sex as the mushy stuff. Never had the talk. Had a close call at 15. It was the best talk I ever got. Wow. Don't you will go to hell. Hell's a lot colder than I expected. My dad basically told me to make smart decisions, and one decision can affect everything. I didn't have the talk, just got told not to get pregnant before I'm 25. I never had the talk. By the time my dad mentioned something, it turned out I knew more than he did. Not much of a talk, just conservative public school sex ed. I learned most of it online. Yeah, I had a very conservative sex ed when I was in school. Very conservative. It was abstinence only. Hello, Dr. Krabby. I hope you're doing well also. Sex wasn't talked about in my house. It was like passively talked about in mine. Didn't get the talk, just awkwardly found condoms one day. Oof. Isn't that crazy? Like, one of the most significant things about, like, one of the most significant transitions that you could ever possibly go through as a human being is tied to something that many of us feel an innate drive to do. And then we don't talk about it. We don't talk about how to do it, maneuver it responsibly. Like, oh man, that's just always driven me crazy. I remember a very short talk about basic facts, and that was it. I went to Catholic school, so most of my knowledge was from friends or TV. Yep. I learned about sex because a girlfriend in church wanted to pass notes of it during sermons. Wow. When I was 8, my mom bought me an educational book for kids on puberty, mostly about girls, but a bit about boys too, and sex. It was a great experience and not weird at all. I learned a lot and always looked forward to puberty because it felt like it was an interesting, special phenomenon. Boy, I wish I could have entered puberty that way. Closest I ever would have gotten to the talk was watching Deadpool with my family. Okay? I've learned way more about sex through my therapist talking to me about a mental health aspect behind kink than I ever could have imagined during high school. It's sad. Like, I mean, I'm glad that, you know, there are ways to be able to get information about it, but, you know, the fact that it has to be gotten in those types of ways, I just bums me out, man. I can't watch Deadpool with my parents. It's awkward. I got to understand why, especially if it's got that kind of thing attached to it. They're all epic. I love to finish this thread because I have a kid and still haven't had the talk, so I figure I know the rules now. Really to go through. I actually sleep now. Have a fun stream. Well, Kay, I appreciate you being here today. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. It was awkward watching Titanic with my parents. I remember that, Husker Lover. I do. I remember being told to cover my eyes. I totally agree, K-Girl. I guess there was that time where I found 2 frogs sitting on each other and brought them to my mom to show her, and she acted like I'd done something really wrong. In hindsight. Oh, man. That's pretty hilarious, Mother. Welcome back, Victoria. Just as you promised, you're back. I love it.
There we go.
Took my boyfriend's extremely religious and conservative family to see Deadpool. Oh, lordy. How was that, gamer? When I was 16, my dad told me, you don't have a girlfriend? What are you doing? When I was your age, I was making you. And oh, God. Alrighty then. Good to know. Nice. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it, man. Can't wait till I have the conversation maybe someday with my kids if I choose to have them. That's what I mean when I tell you guys adults are who make it weird for kids. It's exactly what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I'm talking about. TMI. You want TMI? You should have heard about... Oh, God. I don't know. Parents have weird boundaries around talking about sex, too. You'll never believe. Oh. Working our way to the port. We're gonna move to the next episode here in a bit. Gonna keep moving south. Move the exposition forward a little bit here. Getting tired of walking around the same space over and over again.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected.
All right.
Decontaminating suit.
All this tech, but you have to run everywhere. Yep.
Sam Porter Bridges.
Expedition, not exposition. Expedition, exposition. Expository expedition. Expeditious exposition. Expositional expedition.
You never give up, do you?
Patsby,
Good.
5 months. Oh, hey, it's walking simulator. I got lots of questions about developing discipline. If you're down to answer, prepare yourself. I am down to answer, but I am actually going to take a very, very quick break, Patsby. So hold on a second. So I have to pee really bad. No. Like, don't worry. It's like I'm literally just taking a bathroom. And then I'm happy to answer. Isn't expository how you take medicine rectally? That's suppository. Suppositories.
Delivery's in damn fine shape.
I mean, you could talk about how putting a suppository in was quite expository in your life. I mean, you could, that's certainly, if you want to go there, you can. I do have a memory of sitting in the back of my dad's car in a car seat. So like 3 years old, my dad, mom, and aunt in the car. Somehow my dad and I started talking about sex, but I had no idea what we were talking about because I was 3. He got super embarrassed and my aunt started laughing. I'm kind of amazed you can remember that, M-Dash, to be honest with you. This is what I want to do with my master's degree. This shit is what excites me. Talk about sex and use the word labia and penis and fanny for my British kids.
Bye, Sam.
Oh, I go there whenever possible.
Good work. New
What's up,
order
Ketislav? Oh my God, good to
Access
see you.
Delivery terminal for further information.
I hope you've been well. So many big words. I came in at the weirdest moment of suppositories. It's always how it works. People always come in while I'm talking about weird shit. Good to see you, Rainbow. I remember helping my dad in the hospital when he was coming out of coma and him repeatedly saying, my penis is wrinkled, and my mom just absolutely dying from embarrassment and trying to get him to talk about something else. Oh my God. I don't think I have any time sensitive. I don't think I have any time sensitive deliveries here, do I? No. Okay. I came back at the wrong part. You came back at the right part of the stream, Roslyn. I started streaming. Been all day with my graphic designer tweaking my overlay. That's awesome, Ketislav. Congratulations. What kind of stuff are you going to stream? As a teenager, I was sitting there thinking, how do you wrinkle that? That was me Tuesday with the naked therapy. I know. God, it was an epic moment for the stream. Absolutely. Holy crap. All right, I'm going to take a pee break really quick. So just hang out with Sam really quick. Don't go anywhere. Be back in a second. You can talk to the chair. It's not that you can wrinkle. It's just scary. It's realizing you can literally break it. Yes, you can. All right, I'll be right back. Hey, you're all still here. Has he been doing some weird stuff? Staring at his feet? What happens when you stare at his feet? All right. I teach my kids proper nouns, freak some people out, but it's better for them to tell me what's wrong. Oh God, I'm jumping into some conversations that, let's see. He make this awkward? Is he like talking in some kind of code here? Okay. All right. So in developing discipline, with food mostly. I know you say the first step is recognizing that you have to start recognizing the choice you're about to make is probably a bad one. But what's the next step? I find that when I'm hungry and weighing the decision between going to Chipotle and making a sandwich, I'll recognize that going to Chipotle is going against my goal of losing weight. But when I'm hungry, I'll basically cave and say, screw losing weight, I want Chipotle. So with discipline, so Patsby, it's a really cool question. So when I think about discipline, something that I explain to clients and people a lot is that discipline is a series of micro decisions. And I'm talking like micro decisions. So whenever people feel like they're having a hard time following through on whatever their goals are or making certain decisions and being disciplined, I always remind them that like you really have to break it down into as micro of a decision making as possible that takes you to the point that you want to go. So to use your example of, do I make a sandwich or do I go to Chipotle? A lot of people will look at that and say the choice is either I go to Chipotle or I make the sandwich, but they don't realize that there are so many decisions you have to make intermittent to that end goal. So it's kind of like taking it from where you are to where you want to go. So it's recognizing the anxiety of having to make the decision, deciding which decision in the long run is the best one for you, but then saying, what's the next micro decision I have to make? Because when you grab the keys to your car, and then you walk to your car, and then you get in the car, and then you drive to Chipotle, and you get out of your car, and you walk in the door, and you order, and you pay, those are all micro decisions that you're making that end up to where you're eating Chipotle. Conversely, you would have to then look at that and say, well, if those are the choices that I make that take me to Chipotle, what are the alternative micro decisions that I have to make that take me to making a sandwich? Rather than me standing up and walking over to grab my keys, I need to stand up and walk over to the kitchen. I need to open a drawer. I need to take out the bread. If you put your bread in a drawer, I need to take the stuff out of the fridge. It's being disciplined and committing to the micro decisions that take you to the long-term goal for yourself, as opposed to looking at it as sandwich or Chipotle. Does that make sense? So look at discipline as a series of micro decisions, and you will be in better shape. And then if you need to build some level of distress tolerance for the anxiety that you feel while making those decisions, then, you know, that's where a therapist can also really help. Like when my long-distance girlfriend in college told me she was ready and I skipped Friday classes and drove 3 hours and almost immediately to see her. Almost immediately. The whole time I was thinking about every micro decision. Yep, there you go. Faulty controller. Hello. Thanks for the distress tolerance stream. You're very welcome. That's received a lot of reviews. And I'm glad that that has been a meaningful... Oh, shit. I'm glad that that's been meaningful for people to have watched that.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
And thanks for watching it. It means a lot. It doesn't help when making the decision. How do I get to the point where I get up and go to the kitchen instead of getting my keys? Okay, this is going to sound really insensitive, Patsby, so just as a heads up. All right, what I'm going to say is not going to sound empathic at all. You just have to get up and walk to the kitchen. And I know that sounds like an oversimplification, but truly, it's a behavioral thing. You just have to get up and walk to the kitchen, even when you don't want to do it, and grab the stuff to make a sandwich and make a sandwich in the kitchen. Our brain has a way of overcomplicating things like that, and that gets in the way of us being able to make the decisions we want to make. But truly, the decision is, you can make a mental decision and then act an opposite way. So it's just aligning with the action with the commitment, the mental commitment. Sometimes people will be public about what they want to do because that actually helps them commit to what they want to do. So you can also talk to people about how you can hold yourself accountable, that type of thing. But how is that any different from deciding not to go to Chipotle? How is that any different than deciding not to go to Chipotle? Well, so it's deciding to go to the kitchen and make a sandwich. So it's an alternative behavior. Making the decision not to do something is not really a decision because you have to make a decision to do something instead. So like a goal can't necessarily be to not do something. It has to be to replace that thing with something else. Again, I know that does not sound empathic at all to the struggle. But that's like the best answer I can give you without doing like an assessment around what specifically is preventing you from making the sandwich as opposed to going to Chipotle. Like that would constitute therapy. So I can't do that. But I can say that like it truly is just, it's a series of micro decisions you make behaviorally in the context of feeling uncomfortable. Right. That's exactly right, Husker Lover. We have to replace things. We don't just, because it's like when you tell a kid, if you say to a kid, don't yell, all you've told that kid to do is anything else except for yelling.
Looks like a path.
So you haven't really given a directive. If you say to a kid, instead of don't yell, if you say whisper or use your inside voice, that is a directive of specifically what you want the kid to do. So the choice can't be don't grab my keys. The choice has to be stay sitting or walk over here or pick something else up instead. That kind of thing. Does that make sense? It makes people anxious when you tell them not to do something because it opens up the entire threshold of, or the entire world of experience in alternative behaviors. And we have a tendency to operate with what we're used to. So when you tell somebody not to do something, if they don't know what the alternative is, they're going to keep doing the thing they know how to do. So shitty therapists are the one who set goals that are not to do something. I am always working with people to figure out what their alternatives are. That's exactly right, Blue Jays. When you tell children to walk, that tells them exactly what to do, and you can reward that behavior. If you tell a kid don't run, then that's when kids start like skipping and doing dumb shit because they know that it's going to get a rise out of you. And truly it makes sense why they do that, because technically you just told them don't run. That's annoyingly accurate. It is. But if you can get yourself into a space where you start talking in the affirmative, just in general, and giving directives in the affirmative, it'll blow your mind how much it'll change the way that you interact with people and the way that you interact with yourself. Is there a difference between saying whisper and whisper instead of yelling? Not really. I mean, you're still giving a directive, and then you're telling them what they're replacing. So I don't see anything wrong with that one, Put Dog. It's a good question, actually. Oh, there he is. You better not know where I am. I'm going to be really mad if he knows where I am. Yeah, just I mean, honestly, just see what it changes if you start talking to yourself that way. If you start saying what you will do instead of what you won't do, see how much of a difference that makes in your life. I can pretty much promise it will make a big difference. You know I'm in here? Come here. Ah, spooked you. So these are mules, Wolfer. I get a sense they're like these rogue entities. However, my hypothesis, I have no idea if this is true or not. My hypothesis is that these mules might actually be the good guys. Like if you think about Star Wars, I feel like I'm working for the Empire right now and that these guys are the rebels. I don't know how true that is, but... yeah, I think they're the good guys. I don't know if they are or not, but that's my hypothesis. I don't know enough about the story yet to know. My wife works with children. She worked at a center that had a no-no policy once. It didn't work well, though. I think with kids, you do need no, but you have to replace no with something. Right? Like if you say no to a kid and don't give any explanation or alternative, you've been pretty unfair to the kid, in my opinion. Because developmentally, their brain's not really equipped yet to be able to understand that like there's an alternative there. because they think so narrow-mindedly about things just because that's what it's like to be a kid. I've never watched Star Wars. Oh, okay. So basically, like, I think that the government people that I'm working for right now are bad and are part of the problem, and I'm working for them out of ignorance. I don't know if that's true or not, but why don't you get a sticky thing? What sticky thing are you referring to, gamer? They blew up a base the size of a moon to send a message. Right. Like, that doesn't really sit well with me. Container repair spray. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that. PCC. Probably could use one of those too. Go to the right thigh. Metals. Mule boots. I mean, boss cargo, health foods. Where are these going? First aid kits and health foods. Well, hopefully those are going where I'm going. I'll take them if... Okay. I've never really seen Star Trek, Saimu. I know a lot of people say that Star Trek's like really awesome, but I've never seen it. All right, let's see. Where are we going? Orders. Okay, urgent delivery, repaired. Where? Oh no, did I not turn those in? God damn it. Sorry, I know I'm focusing on this right now. I mean, it sounds like you're just saying just make the decision to make the sandwich instead of Chipotle, which isn't exactly helpful. Is it just that you can't go in more depth with possible techniques because that would constitute therapy? Okay, so I warned you that it was going to sound unempathic, so I acknowledge that, Patsby, and I know I'm giving a gross oversimplification of this. It is partly that. I can't go too much farther in depth because I would have to do an assessment on what it is that's keeping you specifically from being able to do it, and I can't go there. I mean, the techniques in general is a combination of, like I said, it's a combination of building distress tolerance and then making long-term goals, seeing the short-term decisions that have to be made behaviorally in order to get to where you want to go, and then formulating certain like mental maps that might facilitate being able to get those behaviors in order. But it is, and then tolerating the distress of doing the alternative behavior because it's going to be new. But I can't go any farther than that because otherwise, yes, it would constitute therapy. That's just the general map of how that type of thing works. And that's coming from, I mean, I do a lot with performance and I do a lot with that type of thing. Discipline and motivation are something that comes up in therapy a lot. And people who can move into that space and go through that process usually are successfully able to build some discipline. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't get into your specific case. I can only give you general information. That's right, Tree Hugger. I don't even know what this is in the form of Star Trek, but this is okay. This is very confusing. I don't blame you for having to sound unempathic. That didn't bother me. Being blunt is often the way to go. You didn't really upset me at all. Cool. I mean, I appreciate you saying that. I wasn't too worried about upsetting you. I always have to preempt that by saying it sounds unempathic because sometimes behavioral change, while incredibly difficult, sometimes that is somewhat unempathic because it kind of does sometimes just come down to you just have to see it as a behavior and do it. Oh, man. I feel like I need to drop some of this stuff. Lost cargo, health foods. Yeah, see, I'm not going there. So we're going to go ahead and offload that. Medical supplies. Yeah, we're going to offload this. Okay. Such a behaviorist, yes. I mean, I'm a big believer in behavior. I mean, behavioral change is a reflection of most change. I mean, it's ultimately when people come to therapy, they are often wanting to do something different. So hence why I go the behavioral route a lot of times. Good night, Lemon. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out with us for so long. I appreciate all of you being here. I know I say that all the time, but I really do. Do they not want to feel something different? No, they do. Generally, people want to feel something different, but they usually have to come to terms with the fact that feeling different is not something that you just snap your fingers and do. That feeling different is often the consequence of behavioral and cognitive change. Again, and that's frustrating, but if it was as easy as me saying, if it was as easy as feeling better, I would just say to you, okay, well, don't be sad, be happy instead. And that's about one of the most dismissive things I could ever possibly say to a person. Is there a difference between anhedonia and depression? I believe so. I know what that word is, but I'm going to make sure that I'm not wrong in what I think it is. Oh, yes, there is. Okay, yes, there is a difference. Although they can certainly be comorbid, K-Girl. Anhedonia is the inability to feel pleasure, like where people just don't really register things as being pleasurable. That can often be comorbid with depression because if you don't feel pleasure, it can be very demoralizing and can really suck. But yeah, like depression, people can still feel pleasure when they're depressed. It's just they feel it in the context of depression, whereas anhedonia, you just straight up don't ever feel pleasure. The result of behavioral and cognitive change. What other kind of change is there? It's a great philosophical question, Mother. I mean, you could say that there's some change in general baseline emotion. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about things that actually have the ability to be moved in a certain way. I'm glad there was a stream and it finally on my schedule. With my new job, I can't stay up past 8:30 p.m. anymore. Got to be up by 5:30. Oh, God. Well, I'm glad you could be here, Patsby. It's been a nice, reasonable hour stream this afternoon. I've really been enjoying it. If trauma's involved, sometimes you can do all the CBT and DBT you want, but until you address the trauma, you just can't change those thoughts. Right, the intrusive thoughts can be absolutely brutal.
Nice.
And yeah, physiological change would be another form of change, yes. Reasonable hour streams are my favorite. I like them too. Damn, tree hugger. I was really hoping that was going to work out so you could have told me how to do it. So I found out today that there's a disorder where people legitimately think that their head is exploded. That's terrifying to me. Yeah, it's terrifying to me too. There's all sorts of interesting disorders that you can have from the brain. Like there's people that have the inability to recognize faces. There's people who have issues with their limbs don't register as being their own. So they will often try to get rid of their limbs because they feel foreign to them. Pretty remarkable. The things that the human brain will do if it doesn't register things in certain ways. Okay, I overthink in therapy. That's really easy to do, Husker Lover. I mean, that therapy is a space that facilitates a lot of thinking, so my therapy mentioned me feeling depressed, and I was like, nah, just empty and dead inside. He said, I would argue that that's a sign of depression. Oh, I mean, has he assessed for anhedonia? Better to overthink than underthink? It kind of depends on the person with that one. The brain is an amazing and terrifying organ. It is indeed. What did the game say you were restoring? I just saw you spraying something. Just the cargo that's on my back, Victoria. Just using repair spray because the stuff's getting destroyed in the in the time range. I wish I could shut my brain down sometimes.
Hey, you're gonna love this.
Yep. I'm with you. Purple. Purple Vector. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. It would be nice at times to be able to shut it down. If only you could have the option to turn it back on. You mentioned anhedonia. It was brought up briefly. Huh. All right, BTs, where are you? I wish I could turn down or off the noise. You know, it's tough. Like, so intrusive thoughts are absolutely a thing. Impulses are absolutely a thing. What I have always loved and have really come to appreciate since I work a lot with like OCD and intense anxiety is intrusive thoughts gain more power depending on how we attend to them or interact as a result of them. Like OCD, you know, when you have an impulsive thought that's leading you to want to act upon it, acting upon it in the context of OCD is actually an avoidance behavior for the anxiety itself. But it's sort of like when you have intrusive thoughts, if you can build this ability to back up and look at yourself as being somebody who is attending to the thoughts as opposed and like somewhat taking ownership of those thoughts, but then saying like, okay, so these are my thoughts, but I'm also choosing to attend to them, which means that I could choose to attend to an alternative thought. It just takes time to do that, and it takes some reconditioning to do that. And oftentimes it makes a lot of sense why people are paying attention to certain thoughts that they're paying attention to. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Run. 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 Oh my God. I'm gonna run out of stamina. Go. Go. Oh my God. Bail. We're bailing. We bailing. Jump. Oh my God. 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 I'm stuck. Oh, this is gonna suck. Come on, Sam, come on, run. No! Oh my God. This is gonna suck so bad. All right. My theory of this game being all around ground-based elite, it seems like he just got... Ah! Oh. I don't have like any grenades. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to just run. Can I even get out of this? Oh my God, Sam, run. Okay. Holy shit. All right. All right. Oh God. Go. Go, Sam. Go. Run away from the whale. No. Run away! Brave Sir Robin ran away. Bravely ran away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Woo! Phoebe looks happy. Yeah, I'm happy too. He was not afraid to die, old brave Sir Robin. He was not at all afraid to be killed in nasty ways.
There we go.
Well, those were fish. Apparently it's because it was underwater. Let's go ahead and spray myself down. Like it never even happened. Spray myself down. See, I'm surprised. That would have been great placement for like Axe body spray. Be like, oh, slam a Monster Energy and then spray yourself down with Axe body spray. It'll remind you of middle school, boys' locker room. You'll love it. All right, down we go. Axe is gross. I agree. Lollipop. Oh, Lollipop. Hi. What's the difference between anhedonia and dystonia? Dystonia is just being more sad, whereas anhedonia is not being happy or sad. Anhedonia is the inability to feel pleasure, Lollipop. So it's not really targeted towards sadness or anything like that. It's just that pleasure is not something that really registers in the brain. Thanks for the question, and good to see you, and I'm sorry I missed you. Thanks for pointing me back to that question, K-Girl. Does he have a carry limit? Yes, he does. 120 kilograms. Doesn't everyone have those self-destructive, intrusive thoughts that say what you did was like, what if you drive into oncoming traffic? Rationally, we know yes, we do, Shy Red. Yes. For some people, attending to those thoughts is a lot easier to do. And for some people, those thoughts feel a lot more like their voice rather than some kind of like foreign intrusive voice, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's all like, I mean, we all have some sense of morbid curiosity. We all wonder about the consequences of certain things, and we wonder about the uncertainty. It's just, to what extent do we pay attention to and behave in ways that make those thoughts
Look at all those moats.
take over and
shiny.
orient us
You'll get
towards the
paid
world.
Today.
I'm driving home from work now, but have the stream audio in my car so I don't feel alone. Well, I'm glad to be with you on the drive, D. Drive safe, though, dude. As opposed to driving dangerous, which I'm sure you weren't going to do, but glad to be along for the ride, man. I'm watching the stream during my commute right now. Nice. Who's this guy? Dancing.
Beginning scan.
Here we go.
Scanning bridges ID.
We're going to move the narrative forward.
Clear. Weapons detected.
I've had a couple different times that I've wanted to just drive my car into something and see what happens, even though I know it's not a good idea. Right, and then you make the choice not to, right? Like, you make the choice to continue driving on the street. And I suppose that's what I mean by, you know, looking at everything we do as a decision. I mean, I'm making the decision to pick this can up right now and to drink it. I'm making the decision to put it down and to say what I'm saying while I'm doing it. Quite fascinating. OCD intrusive thoughts are like trying to prove a negative. Trying to prove I didn't hit someone with a car and just checking if I did. It can be brutal, Lollipop. It can be absolutely brutal. Kind of scares me every time it happens because it can be scary. It's scary to think of what we are capable of doing. And in one of my classes, my doctoral program, we talked about different like theorists and why certain people believed what they did when they were constructing theory and all these sorts of things. And I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but there was one person who had said that, and I believe this, and I think that this is a really fascinating way to look at humanity, which is that all of what it is to be human, we are all capable of. So we are all capable of being and doing things that humans are capable of doing. We all have it in us in some way to be Hitler. We all have it in us to be, pick your favorite musician, well, not like basic convictions, like skills, maybe not so much, but like the ability like to be an awful person is in us, just as the ability to be a great person is in us, just as the ability to be a neutral person is in us. And that it's the choices that we make and the experiences that we have and the ways in which we are conditioned that lead us to show what parts of humanity that we show. I don't know, I think it's quite fascinating to think about it that way. I was looking at the marketing from Blue Origin for their new Shepard space tourism vehicle and say accelerating more than Mach 3 and experiencing forces equal to 3 times of Earth's gravitational force. You will count yourself as one of the few who have reached these speeds and crossed into space. Couldn't going faster mean increased anxiety and stress? Sure. If you're a person who gets freaked out by speed, absolutely. I love speed. We can also become greatness in the same way we can become problematic. Hitler was a charismatic dude. He just chose to use it for really awful things. Like incredibly charismatic. That's how you get that many people to do that many awful things, is to be charismatic and have the influence. Charisma plus power plus conviction.
Well, if it ain't Sam. Fuck me.
When my depression was the worst and I knew I had to get help was when only those intrusive thoughts were in my head. I couldn't get out of them. It's rough. Intrusive thoughts are not fun. I actually did a mental health topic night on intrusive thoughts a long time ago. I can't remember if it's on YouTube or not. It's an overwhelming thought. It is indeed. Sometimes it makes us feel a sense of pressure. Where in the world are we? This is like New Orleans-ish or like Arkansas-ish. The United States, but it's like this minimized version of the United States. You wake up one day with enough charisma that people actually start following along with your deepest desires and ideas. You don't seem to have any control over this power. What happens? Would be interesting. I mean, the kicker of not having any control over the power, I think, makes that a little bit tougher, Mother. To me, it's like if you woke up knowing that you had control with what to do. That where it'd be like, do you decide to do it? What do you decide to do when you realize that people are going to be influenced by this charisma that you now have when you've woken up?
No harm in taking a break in the private room, you know.
He was smart, K-Girl. The dude was charismatic as hell. I know that's very unpopular to say, but it's true. Absolutely charismatic. He got people to rally with him. Wait, what? Uh-oh, tree hugger. Tree hugger. I'm hitting you up.
Thank you for your continued support.
Got you. You're now permitted.
Thank you for your
All right, we're gonna have a rest, and then I'm moving, and then we're gonna go to the boat. We're gonna see what happens. So if you recognize intrusive memories, could you eventually make them less overwhelming? With a lot of help. It's not easy to do that, Wolfer. That's why we therapists exist. I do like that as a writing prompt, though. I think lack of control is interesting because I have so many deep desires that I don't really want to happen, and I think it's very human to be that way. I would agree. Did we see Leah Sedonia? Not yet, Doctor, unless that's what's coming up. I'm about to shower and then hop on a boat, so I definitely need a shower. So let's go ahead and do that. I agree, Husker Lover. I agree. I wish it was accessible to everyone. Unfortunately, it's not, which is a huge bummer. That's why part of why I do what I do with this stream, so that people at least have access to some information when they might not otherwise. Oh, it's totally fine. I don't even know who that is, Dirt. Do you think that's an actual rendering of Norman Reedus' ass? Or if he just said, like, okay, you guys can do my face, but then, like, you just render the body yourselves. Right? It's expensive, Kimmy. Like, I know. It's terrible how inaccessible it is for people. What would happen if you didn't take a shower in this game? I'm not entirely sure. I saw something on Reddit that says he will start begging you for one. Like, he'll say, like, please, I want to take a shower. I don't really want to put him through that. All right. Slam a monster. I'm sure Kojima would insist upon accurate ass modeling. You know? I mean, I've seen him beg. Yeah. I mean, I could understand why. The dude gets super dirty. She was the blonde girl in the latest Bond movie. Also the bad blonde girl from the Mission Impossible movie that was buying diamonds in Dubai. Neither of those movies have I seen. I'm not a movie person, but I am a glasses person. So I'm going to put those on. Okay. Might be able to get something through my college, but I'm going to be at my school for another semester. Hey, even if it's short term, Kimby, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like the worst part of the post-apocalyptic scenario is only having a Monster energy drink to drink. Yeah, right? I agree. It would be horrible. It would be absolute hell for me. All right, another memory. Exactly, Wolfer. I know it. That's why sliding scale as therapy is so cool of therapists to do. That's why I keep a sliding scale patient on or client on my caseload and a pro bono client on my caseload. It's a way to try to at least make it accessible to 2 people on my caseload while still having to maintain a living.
Fuck, idiot.
What's wrong, man?
Thinking you could keep us safe.
I'm not saying it to toot my own horn, Victoria. I'm just saying. You should always ask a therapist if they have one, because you never know. I don't advertise it. My school went, okay, you're out of sessions now, thanks, but it was nice while it lasted. See, I hate that too. What's up, Redhesian? Have you been checking on BB when you're in the private room? I would recommend it. I have not been checking on BB. So I will do that. Thank you for the heads up, Red. Or Radhesian. Thanks for the heads up. Insert libertarian argument about your other clients subsidizing the... Get out of here, butt dog.
Oh my God.
You're not wrong, but...
Keep you safe. No matter what.
We gotta lift each other up, you know? Daryl from WD? What is WD? Oh, Walking Dead, okay. Oh, is that who Norman Reedus plays? I know he's in Boondock Saints too. In terms of therapists being expensive, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any insurance, but I was lucky enough to find a therapist who will lower her price enough for me. That means a lot. That's really cool. I'm glad that you were able to find that, Rain.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
WD-40 made from the blood of all the zombies killed in 40 Walking Dead series. BB looks happy. Yeah. Good. You happy little thing. All right, we're moving. We're going to episode 3. This postman's got more to do. I cannot believe it's already 6:40. What's my uptime? Somebody put in my uptime? I don't even know how long I've been on. 3 hours, 46 minutes, and 12 seconds. Damn! What's the time scale of this game? I actually don't remember, Putt Dog. You signed on right when I left work. It's been a good stream today. It's been so much fun. Like, should the baby be aging? I would think so, but the time of day has not changed since this started. So I've never done anything at night. So it's almost like time isn't even moving. All right, we got some story coming up here. See what's going on. Here we go. It's like a goldfish, K-Girl.
Snack?
It depends on the... Well, it depends, Kimby, but I don't see why they wouldn't refer you.
Came through then.
I don't break that easy. Name notwithstanding.
Oh, yeah, this woman's name is Fragile.
You saw that asshole too, right?
Higgs. He's the leader of a separatist group.
Seemed to me like he was controlling that BT.
That's level 7 for you. Higher, maybe.
Seems like you know a lot about him.
Used to work together. Guess you could say we had a contract.
You did business with terrorists? Whoever pays, huh?
He wasn't like that back then.
So what's your angle? You want to save the world, or you want to fuck it all up like him?
Oh, that makes sense, Jan.
I just wished things were different, all right? Here's all right.
Seems like such a non-useful umbrella. Yeah, right, Putt Dog? Yeah, I'm right with you on that. The Fragile Express. Ooh, what a way to name your boat.
She still floats. Come on, we're the only cargo left.
Here we go. I don't even know how many episodes are in this. Choosing where BB's voice comes from. Oh yeah, I have it coming out of the TV so you guys can hear it. Off of a real hydrofoil ship. Neat. Oh yeah, we saw her at the very beginning of the game, Derp. Like the very beginning opening cutscene. Fragile Express. Yes. Oh, what's up, Gecko? Good to see you, dude.
We should get there tomorrow.
You like my glasses? I love my glasses. Yes, little baby. You are correct. I hope it's warm in there. For the baby.
I told you before, Sam. The past just won't let go.
Those are what hook the cargo, Mother.
Listen, I have something to ask of you. It has to do with that asshole, Higgs.
Yes, Shy Red. Did I just like fall asleep on her? Oh, here we go. This is my mother when she's young. Don't worry about my Oedipus complex.
Sam. Do you remember?
Do you remember? Like how I misremembered that she's wearing a pantsuit when she's wearing a dress.
It's almost time to go, Sam. I had no idea until you told me. No idea that I was alive. Living
Oh, what's up, Lobro?
is no different from being dead if you're all alone.
Hope you're well, dude.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. Did you forget how to go home? Come on. I'll take you halfway. And then you can do the rest by
This has
yourself.
got to be death. Like, this has got to be heaven or something. Some sort of metaphor for the afterlife.
Better now? I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me. We used to play together a lot in this place.
You brought me here. I couldn't make the trip on my own.
So long as you have a body to return to, you can't come and go as you please.
So you can't just come back east through here.
Not until you make us whole again, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
How many times you got to say that to me?
Come and find me.
Should read the interviews in this game. Yeah, I go through those every once in a while. I probably should read a few of those. I like reading the emails. Make us whole. Make America whole again. That's what they've been saying. Can't not make the connection to Dead Space when the dead lady keeps telling the main character to make us whole. Yeah. Make us whole. Again. I hate when games do this where the loading bar is at 100% and it's absolutely not at 100%. Like, why do you do this to me?
I don't know how you sleep. Need a pick-me-up?
eats that stuff like they're freaking jelly beans.
Welcome to Lake Knot City.
Thank you, Mother.
What?
Nothing.
Let's go.
See you, Wolfer. Thank you for being here. It's good to have you here for so long today. Appreciate it. Because those glasses are serious, Gecko. You're serious business.
This cargo is from Port Knot City, bound for Lake Knot. I'll leave these up to you. The dispatch terminal is up ahead. In the meantime, I've got some business to attend to. Later, alligator.
Come on. Later, alligator. The only thing fragile for her is her writing. Sperm and eggs, medicine packs, and anti-BT weapons. All right. Is she real or in his head? I can't tell, honestly. It's hard to tell who's actually here and who's not. Ceramics. Car samples. Oh, might as well go ahead and chuck that on my back. No problem. Okay.
Way down.
Let's go ahead and optimize the cargo. Take my entire life with me. Carry my baggage. Gecko, were you here when I carried my dead mother on my back? What's wrong, little guy? What's the matter? What's the matter? Come on. You saw the VOD? Good. Yeah. Okay. Easy does it, buddy. Just making some deliveries, that's all. The music in this game is so good. Lost cargo. Tools. Okay. Can I drive this? Nope. Let me comfort you by shaking you in this glass container. Well, I did shake the baby yesterday. Did you really try Red? I need to pick it up or at least get the playlist because it's fabulous. See, I listen to this kind of music all the time. Allie always gives me a hard time because she says that I listen to depressing music even when I'm happy, and that's weird for her. You're fabulous, Gecko. She couldn't have carried at least one of these. He just loves it when I pick up his tank and shake him. He gets so serene. He goes right to sleep. He does. I agree, Lil Baby. That's how I feel about it. Is this music from the game? Yes, it is, Andrea. Excellent. Every song they've played so far has been fabulous. I'm doing well, Gecko. How are you doing? Let's see. So where am I relative to everything else? Am I on the West Coast now? I don't quite know where I am. What ifs? I'm relieved that this day is done and looking forward to the weekend. I hear that. I got a crazy day tomorrow, Gecko, and then I'm also looking forward to the weekend. So we don't have a lot going on.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
There you go, Rain. You have crazy days every day. We're still working on getting you admitted. Eventually, Gecko. You'll have to do an assessment of me on stream at some point. Go.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Going
Guys
good.
Like you make me proud to be part of Bridges. Thank you, Sam.
Just checking, Gecko. Just checking. Oh, I've done a lot of miscellaneous. What do I not do? I want to complete
Until
the star.
next delivery, then. Stay safe. Good work.
It's an interesting idea, Victoria. It's a really interesting idea. I have a hard time doing those as role plays, though. Yeah, you're gonna expose me as a fraud. I'm actually really terrible. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You'll all get to see it.
Welcome, welcome. We were watching your boat the whole way. I hate to be a hard ass, but I've got to ask. Everything you're transporting above board? Nothing dangerous or illicit?
Wouldn't you like
Should
to
have
know?
checked you on the way in, but I'm gonna have to take a second look. All clear. Not picking up anything unusual.
You know, should have trusted me.
Cargo looks great too.
Yeah, nothing. I know nothing about therapy. Everything I've ever told you is all bullshit. I'm a total liar. Woo, already almost at 3 stars. Okay.
Sorry for the hassle. Can't be too careful these days. Oh, we heard you were carrying a Cupid. Is that right?
I am carrying a Cupid.
You're clear to link us up.
Let's get this shit on the grid. A little floaty McFloaties that sit on my neck. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm a good bullshitter, but I'm not. I don't bullshit this. But that's right. That's pretty cool, Rain. I'm honored to. Been a part. Oh, we're in Minnesota. Okay. Well, I stand corrected. Here, I'm thinking we like went out to Denver. So wait a second. We just crossed this big, gigantic body of water in the Great Plains. I'm sure there's a legal aspect to it, but just focusing on the therapy side, are there really any pros to minors needing a guardian's permission to go to therapy? Just because therapy can be pretty intense sometimes, Nighthawk. So, you know, to have a parent's permission means that they've essentially been able to consent to that process on their child's behalf. Mother, you got to get permission for that.
All this info sharing makes everyone safer. I'm all for it. You can bet I'm not the only one here who feels that way.
Now try it.
It was better when Bridges 1 first came this way. At least I don't remember terrorists and BTs making our lives difficult back then. Well, be careful out there.
Eclipse
World's not what it
lately.
used to be. And thank you.
Wow, that was good timing on Coconut Man Gecko. You took the boat up the Mississippi. That's what the large body of water is. Ah, wow, that was the Mississippi was quite wide.
When we first came through, it was different. Peaceful. The 3 cities out there, Lake, Middle, and South Knot, were all on board with our plans for reconstruction.
Yeah, and then they realize you guys are full of shit.
Contracted by all 3 and kept supplies moving and people connected. But that all changed a year ago. when the Separatists carried out their attacks. One took out Middle Knot City. They detonated nukes from the old days. Half of South Knot City went up in the other.
Jesus.
Casualties were devastating.
For those who don't know, those
Bridges
giant
doesn't
craters were
have
created by
the
people dying.
resources to link up the remaining cities on its own. We need to secure the support of everyone, even those who want nothing to do with the UCA. Impossible as that may seem.
Such a weird...
The situation has changed dramatically since Bridges 1 first went west. The destruction of Middle Knot in particular forced us to adapt a new strategy. It's like Amelie said, we don't have the time or resources to construct another knot on that scale. That's why we've taken to cutting deals with preppers and the like. Our only recourse is to utilize their shelters to bolster the strength of the network.
It takes a special kind of person to live out here on their own. The kind that'll tell us to fuck off if we ask them to join the UCA.
I appreciate the effort,
we
man.
know. No one's expecting them to say yes up front. But even if they don't like dealing with most people, they got on okay with Fragile Express.
Don't tell me. You want us to use her credentials to get in good with them.
Exactly.
Bingo. She's agreed to it too.
And in exchange, she gets...
Nothing really. A chance to get back at Higgs, I suppose. I can't blame her for wanting one. He took everything from her and then some.
Want to know more about this
Time
Higgs
heals
guy?
some wounds, but not hers. The work ahead won't be simple or easy, but it needs doing. Get some rest for now. We'll talk more later.
Looking forward to it, my man. And by later, he means in 2 seconds when I walk away, he's going to hit me up on the radio, because that's what he does every single damn time. Sam, this is Die Hardman. Sam, this is Die Hardman. Sam, this is Die Hardman. Shut up. Sam. We back on the beach? Oh, jeez. All right. Sam. Hump day. Beach day.
Here.
For me?
It's called a keeper. It means knot in old words. You can also use it to count stuff. I add a knot when I make a friend.
Okay. Then how about I add another knot every time I see you? This must be very important to you if you were able to bring it here. Very special.
It is special. I made it for you.
I'll treasure it, Sam.
Something to eat?
Don't touch him. Oh my God! Get away with the worms! What is her deal with the
Why are you
worms?
here?
Ask your boss man.
No. I mean, why are you here?
Got a delivery for Porter. You're gonna need this on the road ahead. This will ID you as an associate of Fragile Express. It's woven from my blood and chiral crystals. Think of it as a kind of bond. Preppers around these parts won't give you trouble so long as you've got it. We were the only people making deliveries out here. This was our territory. Until Higgs fucked it all up. Me, the Express, our reputation, all of it.
And now you want to fuck him back. On your own.
I'm not on my own.
Interesting choice of words, Sam.
The cave.
That's bad luck!
Part not
Don't
seeing.
do that!
Next to your bed. So far apart, yet somehow we keep meeting. All that BT country in between where it should have been caught in a void out.
My grandmother would have flipped her shit when she opened that umbrella inside like that.
Here I am.
You can use the beach?
I have a beach. You've got yours. I've got mine. I use it to jump across space. I can't conjure up BTs the way Heeks can, but I can go after him, chase him to the beach. Problem is, everyone's got their own way in. I'm only allowed to pass through the beach I know and
Ooh, she's
understand.
crying again.
I'm sure you've heard the term multiverse.
You all right?
The jumps take a lot out of me. Suck my blood dry. You're going to Edgenut City, right? Place is full of terrorists. But if you're dead set on it, then you're gonna have to deal with Heek sooner or later.
Look, I make deliveries, killing monsters and terrorists.
I'm gonna put up a boundary,
what I
and then
do.
I'm gonna break the boundary down. That's what he
What if
does
you give it
every
to me?
time.
I
Okay.
could use my power to help you. We don't have to want the same thing to be on the same side. I could send you across my beach to any place the Chiralian's thick enough. Any place connected to the chiral network.
What do you expect in return?
Was this the fast travel mechanic? Must be.
I expect you to think it over. Here. Call it an incentive.
Not the most. I mean, it's
And
kind of
call
an
me
ugly
if you need.
necklace.
This will keep us connected. See you when I see you.
Oh, I thought it was a necklace. I didn't realize it was a bracelet. Fragile can instantly transport you to any distribution center or safe house within the area covered by the chiral network. Well, that's going to make things pretty easy. But yeah, every damn time he goes, nah, I'm just a delivery guy. Like, no. And then every time they go, oh no, but Sam, come on, man. Like, we don't respect your boundaries. And he goes, oh, okay. I guess I don't respect my boundaries either. So, you know, okay. By the way, check out Ride with Norman Reedus on AMC. Such a weird product placement there. Let's go check on BB. Hey, BB. Hey, buddy.
Hey, baby.
He's a little sleepy. Little sleepy guy. Change color scheme. Oh, wait. But blue is for deliveries. Oh, I forgot about the hat. I forgot about the hat. I still can't figure out what the baby does, Gecko. I wish I knew. Is that behavior from his sense of duty or obligation from toxic masculinity or something else? His boundary push. I have no idea, merely. I would love to ask him about it, but he just is not great at I mean, I get it. The game wouldn't happen if he didn't, like, if he held his boundaries, the game wouldn't happen. It's just worth pointing out. Saimu, have a great night. Appreciate you being here. He connects you to the other side so you can sense the BTs. Right. Okay. See, you guys have said that to me and I keep forgetting. Stare at his crotch again, Victoria. All right. Y'all are about to get your ass kicked. Thanks to Victoria. Just saying. This is Victoria's doing. What's up, Chubbs?